Welcome. Behind the Vedic veils, Sarah Bartman, Venus of Holophels, Victory visits Valor Vest through Vortex, Stargate, the tarot card shows Patar face, the goddess vape while I cigar taste, priest, I'm camouflaged within the grates, I channel into stars then disperse around space, sit candles in the Mars, then the verses I create, each bar becomes a god, past times, different place, while y'all on Instagram, I microdose with a 1/10 of a gram, the mics I broke with the strength of a ram, took my rights, Jim Crow said I'm only 1/5 of a man. Now you can see the whole God that I am. I consume the whole mushroom. To whom much is given, much is required. Trust your Messiah. I'm a monsoon, a typhoon, clusters of fire. Big hands reach out the jewel, clutching the writer. What's your desire? To rule. My heavy mental became an empire. With the symbol of 10 bulls, it's simple, I reign wiser. My temples are raised higher. Explain firmly. Hermes, Trismegistus, and lyrics that specialize in the pyramids and physics. It's mesmerizing for human ears to hear this. My nebula guidance, soon you feel this weirdness. Your blood pressure rises, you get cold as the fear grips your soul. The sheer bliss, you go, spirit from bones. This way into the vape room. Read my Vedas, may make you wanna take shrooms. Be free in nature, can your nostrils take fumes? You need the gospel as you face doom. I lay in tombs and ski on vapor. The Kabbalion, 528 hertz the volume. My verse is like the universe is falling. I search, there's no human worth my calling. The whole earth, every womb, every coffin. The hermetic hookah lounge. I'm in the back, I'm not used to crowds. Sudden movements in groups too loud. I just lounge in my suit and crown. Cigars in the car, red shoes on the towels. Wild style when I blow a cloud. Women get aroused as their attention swim around. It's written down, pen is swung like a pendulum. My writing is psilocybin mycelium. Bicentennium, bodies and drums to next millennium. Reptilian, next get rung, I'm killing them. Since Da Vinci carved this demigod. Called the priest cause he knew I came from the infinite divinity squad. Heru, Nimrod. Firestones engraved to the Templar. Priest, I rise upon the throne where sages grew, Avenger.
Hey, Sunshine Monie with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monie. You are listening to Chakra Music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that drift in indigo. I make some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Bring Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that call to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school. So I move with a vibe slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Mask off.
Peace, peace, y'all. Sunshine Monie out here. Happy Saturn Day. I I guess we're mixing it today. I'm Sunshine Monie L. Knowledge in the background. And where's Roxy at? I guess today we're going to talk about retrogrades. And how Venus just went retrograde the day before. Peace. How you doing? So this week was pretty interesting. It was very long. We had some major transits happening in the planets. Venus went prograde on September 3rd. And so, like, that takes a space and time to go stationary first before you speed back up and, reaccelerate. What a retrograde is when a planet, moves so slow in comparison to Earth speed that it appears to be moving backwards across the constellations and zodiacs across our skies, how we built it. So that's in relationship to our electromagnetic field, what they're doing, what that energy is doing in relation to us as a collective. So Venus being stationary, it was stationary in Leo zodiac. So your thoughts were on Leo energy, being courageous. Your external simulation was a lot in what you love, where your heart is going. Also, spaces of business was on the forefront of your simulation, because that's what Venus rules over: business and love. So, and Leo rules over what the sun touches, the experience, that masculine energy, external self. Masculine energy is just physical things, in a nutshell, in the realms of Leo. It's the physical things that are around you. And like when you deal with houses and stuff like that, the Leo house is the 5th house, which is associated with the heart, with love, your love and your romantic self, your inner child energy. And because you're literally just like you're a child with adult features. So, and that goes like psychologically speaking, how they have like the stages of life and how you can get stuck in a stage of life and things like that. That's how you could do with your chakras. That's how you could do with different parts of your life. And if you get into your natal chart, they'll even show you like where there's retrogrades in your chart. That's usually like the different stage of life, psychologically speaking. You're kind of stuck in a little bit. I find that very fascinating. But anyway, coming back to the fact that Venus is in Leo. So Venus is in Leo on the tropical chart. So in our thoughts is like, going back to your inner child, your creative self, artistic self, and things like that. And then, on the Vedic chart, which is your vibration, what is actually happening around you, Venus is in Cancer. So Cancer energy actually deals with the other side of your third eye, while Leo, rules like the sun side and external self and the masculine side of the third eye. Cancer, the moon rules over the internal side, the feminine side of the third eye. So, you have your heart chakra being at a balance between the two, the external self, what you're experiencing and stuff like that, and your internal self, like what you're experiencing, and, being in alignment with what the sun is doing and what the external simulation is doing. So you may have found like a lot of your, whatever you may have been feeling on the inside, you might feel that happening on the outside of you in different situations and different energy exchanges and things you want to do. Also, really feeling that need to, follow the things that you want to do. We were going prograde, so now it's going so slow. It's going back through our electromagnetic field, back through different degrees and stuff. So because it's going back, through those degrees and stuff like that, it's you find yourself repeating certain things that you just went through during like the late spring and the summertime and stuff like that. So you'll find yourself going back through those things again. What most recently went retrograde was Uranus went retrograde on August 29th. Uranus went retrograde in Taurus. And Jupiter went retrograde the day after Venus went back prograde on September 4th. So now we have these two very big planets, and the Taurus energy still relating to the heart chakra as Venus is relating to the heart chakra. So now we have these two very big planets of like change and You know, Uranus deals heavily with change and progressive change, and the push that makes you make those changes towards progression, a sense of like rebellion and going out of bounds. And Jupiter brings on the energy of like intellect from the sages and oracle type intellect and higher philosophies, and like foreign interaction, like traveling outside into like other countries, other cultures, outside of self, out of your own like spiritual self, you know, going into those realms of things. So having these two, you know, very strong planets, and you know, change in the that kind of sacral chakra energy related to the change in your heart chakra is very interesting. A lot of, you know, a lot of spiritual knowledge, you know, coming into play, and your desires and what you find beautiful, what you find yourself attracted to, you know, and your desires in business. A lot of it's going to be like more like spiritually inclined, you know, as your philosophies change about life and how you want to go about doing things, and about how you want to live your daily routine, and you know how things should be done, you know, you'll start to see that, you know, as you have probably most likely already started to see those big changes. Uranus actually entered Taurus energy May 19th, no, May something 2019. Not May, March. Wrong M1. But like we know that by the end of March, we were already had to be like 10 feet apart from each other. Excuse me, I keep belching. We had to be already 10 feet. So like that's how strong the energy of Uranus is. And then like, you know, think about the different things we've been experiencing since Uranus has entered Taurus, like, you know, with the different currency changes and the different things that's been happening to the people that created the different currencies, you know, different currencies over the countries, you know, the things with the bills, people getting more in tune with nationalizing themselves and learning how to pay the bills that way, people getting different information about the IRS and how different taxes and stuff work, you know, just different dialogues is, you know, opening up, you know, that's a lot of Uranus and Taurus. And then a lot of that information is coming from, you know, things that our ancestors did and put here and left behind here that we're starting to have access to, you know, like documents and artifacts that they left in certain places to say, we were over here. Like, you know, different things like that are happening. So, you know, that's a lot of the Jupiter energy in Taurus too. So being led toward those things, like, you know, as people get more in alignment with like past life energy and stuff like that. So let's talk about Jupiter. So, you know, Jupiter rules over the sacral chakra. So let's go to the sacral chakra. You have two big planets in retrograde there. You have actually you have two in an asteroid. You got Saturn is in retrograde and the sacral chakra, and Neptune is in retrograde in the sacral chakra, and Karma is also in retrograde in the sacral chakra, and Karma is an asteroid. So you have these three bodies, these three celestial bodies in retrograde, and they're on the Pisces side. So they're on the yin side of the sacral chakra. So on top of the overall energy of Jupiter being in retrograde, the overall sacral chakra, these particular placements are in the sacral chakra on the yin side of it. So this is ruled by Pisces. This is like the subconscious, the Akashic records going. This is, you know how like when you want to indulge in something, you know, that's attractive to you, that like, you know, bring you joy or whatever, sometimes it's that voice in your head, that it's the voice that in your head that feels joy when you do it. And then there's also sometimes, it depends on where your sacral chakra is, but it'll be that voice in your head saying, you really don't need to do that, you did it. That's all. Either way, so it's still the subconscious. It's the subconscious voice, the indwelling energy you have inside of you, you know, your deep thoughts, the hidden, you know, agendas and self. You also can, you know, see the astrological makeup of your like Akashic records, like the window to that. Once you start comparing different charts, especially to the phonic chart more specifically, when you do that in the Pisces area, you know, that leads you to your hidden agendas, the goals, hidden enemies, you know, the Akashic records, you know, the deep energy of your subconscious, and yes, all that. And you know, Pisces energy deals with also sensitivities and emotions and stuff like that. So a lot of the, you know, joy and expression of joy and all that, of course, is emotion driven. A lot of it is driven by the voices in your head saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I gotta do this, da, da, da. You know, whether you give that voice an actual frequency in your head or you just let it be like whatever, it's up to you. I got a little bit of both. But that is the energy that, and so we have Saturn there and Neptune and Karma there in retrograde. And so Saturn rules over the root chakra. So this is bringing the root chakra up to the sacral chakra. And we could talk about the root chakra momentarily, but put a sticky note up that Pluto is in retrograde on the yang side of the root chakra in Capricorn. So, put a sticky note there. Now let's go back up to the sacral chakra. So Saturn rules over the root chakra and hold on a second. Saturn rules over the root chakra and it's in retrograde and Pisces energy. So it's bringing a lot of challenges to, your subconscious and, also bringing in question like being who's in authority, like who's in authority over your joy, your pleasure seeking sisters, like who have you been keeping in charge and stuff like that. And so Jesus Christ. So you have that going on. Yes. Saturn is over there, and then Neptune is over there as well. So, Pisces energy also deals with like secrets and hidden agendas and stuff like that. So just also thinking about yourself, different analogies. You see a lot of that stuff in like the government and the communities and the corporations around you and stuff like that, because Saturn rules over authority and hierarchy and structure. So a lot of infrastructures of people, places, things, systems, and stuff like that, buildings, departments, blah, blah, blah. A lot of that is undergoing the Saturn challenges. That's bringing new order, new discipline, new infrastructure and stuff like that. And it's coming with a lot of what do you call it? Social awareness, because Saturn on the Vedic side is in Aquarius. Peace, sis.
Peace, sis. How are you?
Good. You're a clown.
I'm gonna be off camera. Don't do that.
All right.
So what are we talking about today?
All right. So I was talking about the retrogrades, but the theme has been, all this week, like, who's your authority? Like, who's in charge of you? Like, who are you giving authority to? And the different, the different like simulations that's being created, on whatever like lane.
So we talking about like Saturn? Are we talking about that?
Yeah.
A little bit of Saturn, a little bit of Jupiter. Interesting. So who do I believe my authority? Who do you believe your authority is? Who has authority over you? Who has the authority?
The authority over me, karma. Karma rules me, man. It does. It's always ruled my conscious. It's always ruled my subconscious. My joy. I always think about the cycles. Like, what's this going to lead to? Like, like I always see the snow. I guess that's the Virgo overthinking. Always seeing the snowball effect and everything.
Yeah.
But in my mind, that's karma.
That's a good way to look at it. You feel like you being punished here in this life cycle?
I don't even see karma as a punishment. I see karma as like a full cycle. Like this is nines. Nines have always ruled me. Like that full cycle, full story. Like just know that you're not only going to experience the first domino that you pushed
Mm-hmm.
over, but you're gonna feel all the dominoes that go down. You know how
Right.
some people can just push one domino and then they can walk away, and all the other dominoes is falling, but they don't feel none of them. That's crazy. I'm so jealous of those people because I feel every domino.
You trying to save the second domino from hitting the third and so on and so forth, and it just happens so quickly.
It happens so quickly. But some people do it intentionally and just walk away, like no domino, like whatever. Fuck those dominoes. Like I
So
just
those
need to
people were
push one
here to fuck
over.
shit up. Those people were sitting here directly to fuck shit up. That's
I
what the
think
mission was
so.
here for. Unlike
I can agree with
we
that.
trying to save some shit. But we trying to save some shit, but somehow, we caused that domino to fall. So we caused that a little bit of that destruction. We were speaking on that the other day. But
Yes.
yeah, we the creators of our own destruction and shit like that. Even though we were trying to save some shit from happening, but it's like some Back to the Future shit, trying to go back and goddamn pick up the pieces.
Yeah, I be on my flash shit. I be doing
Yeah,
my flashpoint episodes. I got this.
exactly. You know what I think my thought is?
mm,
Destiny. You're either here for karma experience or you're here for your fucking destiny.
mm.
Well, fate, karma, all that is aligned together, what have you. But we both here on lessons. We both here, with a lesson, karmatic lessons or destined lessons. Yeah. And I feel like I'm keep repeating the same thing over and over again until I get it fucking right. I
Yo,
feel
let
like
me tell you about my hard-headed ass. So since I have a hard time listening, I'm about to just have fun. Like every time we go through this cycle again, now I'm just gonna have fun because I don't know what it is you're trying to get me to do different, bro. But obviously, it's not gonna happen. So keep bringing these things in my space. Now I'm about to just have fun. Like, oh, it's this again.
it's insanity though, right?
This whole place is insanity.
And
I'm having fun.
I just know it is because I keep getting these knocks. Like every time I feel like I'm supposed to pass a test or have some confirmation of the lesson that I was supposed to learn that I thought that I mastered. I feel some type of knock in me. Is like, yo, you were supposed to do better this time, right? But I didn't. You did the exact same thing. Like my spirit guys be tapping on my shoulder, they be knocking on my motherfucking head and
I'm
shit.
talking
Like,
shit
yo,
back like, but where was you at when I was doing it though? All
like
right
my
then.
gal, you
You
were
did the
supposed to
same thing you did last time too,
like.
nigga.
Why you keep like? Are you slow?
Stop leaving me alone. Why you keep leaving me unattended? What's your
Yeah.
job? What you supposed to be doing?
Right. Right.
Since you know everything.
And I keep getting these, oh, you hard headed, you want to learn shit. My parents gave me that first damn shit. Yo, you want to learn shit the hard way, but they kind of set that shit though. They kind of embedded and set that shit in me when I was a child though. If you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Your parents kind of they kind of planted those seeds though, you know, when you was a toddler, infant, what have you, you know what I'm saying? They kept speaking those things into life.
Yeah, they do. I was a colicky baby, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was a tantrum toddler. I can only
Mm-hmm.
imagine the shit they said to me. I know my dad nicknamed me Worm. Everybody on my dad's side family called me Worm. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
funny because my mom called me Sunshine, my dad called me Worm, so it's kind of like a below and above type shit going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is pretty interesting. Worm
But
can't be
that
out
is
in that sun
because
too fucking long, but you gotta keep submerging under, you know what I'm saying, to the ground.
yeah, because I have my tantrums,
You
so
keep having to dive deep into the earth.
I be doing that's all it is. I want the earth to feel my pain. You told me no, so now me and the earth gotta
Everybody else
come
got.
together.
Mm-hmm.
I was grounding myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. I like that
Yeah.
interpretation. But yet you're here to bring the sun. Well, I guess you got to come above. I guess you got to come back up to the surface too.
Yeah, I got to make sounds and express my sadness, my discontent.
You're here to turn over the soils from deep within the earth. You're here to, you're here to, you're here to regurgitate that and bring something new to the surface, basically. Because that's what worms do.
That's what worms do.
They eat some shit, they eat some soil, and then they bring out new shit. Yeah.
Well, you can make new shit.
Bring it anew. So either way,
my dad came through with a good name. See,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Indeed.
I don't really use my real name anymore because I didn't. It was when certain people said my name, it made me mad. Like, you don't get to say my name, but I don't know how to say that out loud. Like, it just felt weird to say that to somebody. But it was like it's like that tug of war. Now that I know my placements, it's like my Scorpio side is like, bitch, you don't get to say my fucking name. Who the fuck you talk to? But then the Virgo side of me is like, it's sunshine, so you don't even have to say my name. Don't say my name. I don't like when people say my name.
I reject my name.
It's certain people.
I reject my name. Like, it sounds weird when I introduce myself as Danielle or whatever, because I don't know. I feel so much resistance when I say my own name. That's why I want a new name. That's why I have so many different variants of names and shit that I tell people. Like, when I go out and shit, people like, what's your name? I just make up all kind of shit.
I used to do that shit too, because I don't feel like going through I hate the cliches. I hear the same shit every time I say my name. And it's like, you think you're so original. I hate it here.
And your name is a unique name, though. You know what I'm saying? Within,
listen,
for a
I
unique
somebody
person.
Pay me every time I hear that.
Yeah.
Just pay me. Especially now that I'm taking Ubers everywhere. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. They don't even know my name of Ubers and shit. I be like, yeah. They're like, that's your real name? Like, yeah. That's my name. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it sure is.
I feel bad for people who don't place their own authority over self, because a lot of people out here have placed, like, if you've placed money in your root chakra as your authority that, takes place over your discipline and order and groundedness and shit. I know that shit is in upheaval right now with inflation and, income staying the same and the bills going up. Some people have that in their root chakra, so there's an imbalance there. Some people have their root chakra embedded in the news. Lord help you. I know your life in motherfucking shambles.
Man, you just can't come outside. You can't come outside, goddamn, listen to the news and shit. It can't do that.
Yeah, they're probably not outside, or they're probably people that you see still outside with like gloves and a mask on and stuff like that, because they're letting other people in charge of their root chakra. People who have the government in charge of their root chakra. I know they're probably somewhere discombobulated as well, because you have all these different things coming out. A lot more of the underground news is becoming the main news, especially like through social media and stuff like that. Like YouTube and TikTok are big ones, and people share stuff on Instagram, but it's mostly those two. So people having more access to that and watching that more than they watch, well, some people, than like news on TV. I'm sure like their reality is in shambles.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I used to be a fan of reality TV, but I knew that after viewing it for so long, I'm like, that can't be real. That can't be life. That can't be the life that these ladies want to live, or these men want to live for real. Like, I thought that my life was like in shambles at that point in time. But I'm like, you know what? My life is a lot better because I have a lot of dignity and I have a lot of pride. There's just some things I will not do, and I have some beliefs. I have a belief system. That. I'm not willing to just do some shit on motherfucking camera or for sake of love, you know what I'm saying? The fake love or some shit these people were searching for.
That's I think people that be doing that stuff, they have money like as the main component of their root chakra. Like money controls their discipline, their order, their boundaries and stuff like that. So you'll see them doing a lot of stuff if somebody dangle $1 in their face. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
if
not
you
a
give
good
me
place
money
to
if
be
I do
in.
that, I'll do it then. You know what I mean?
That's not a good position to be in, because if money controls your root chakra, then that means you're willing to do anything for it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no boundaries, and whatever. You know, no hold barred on that shit.
They be having boundaries. It's just when the money is in there, ain't none.
Yeah. You have to break that shit from childhood, because that shit starts from childhood on up. No, that's not something that you
Praising
learn
money
to
in front of your
adulthood.
kids, you
Yeah.
know, making money always a prize or a reward, or if you have money, then you can have joy. If you have money, then you're considered this, or you can do that. You know, that puts like that. You're weighing you're teaching them to weigh their self-esteem and their self-worth on money.
Based on money. You know, there's a lot of
There's a lot of people like that.
religious dominations that teach that as well. You know what I'm saying? Certain, you know, like I remember where I used to go to church and shit, and like, you know, most of your blessings, your riches or whatever, like, you know, it's looked at in the forms of money and shit. You know, people mistake my happiness a lot for me being wealthy or some shit, or having some bread or whatever. Like, and so, you know, people have that shit embedded, and they try to incorporate that, but like, you know, like what life really is about, like just chasing the fucking dollar all the time. You know, I know I can get in that mode too, you know what I'm saying, when I'm in grind mode, to where, but it's for, you know,
it's for a goal.
I have to do it. Yeah, like,
for me, it's always for a goal. It's not really about the money. Money is just like money. You know how you playing a game. For me, it's a game. Like I need this amount of points.
You reach a certain amount. Yeah.
So let me get these points real quick.
And let me get the little bonus level or whatever too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why not? If I can do it. But I always love extra credit.
Right. Yeah.
But that's all it is. It never like ran my root chakra. Like I'm not doing anything for money. Like I could say no to jobs and stuff like that. Like I know when I became a mother, having a job and being a mom, I'm pretty sure now in the world it's probably a little bit. I don't even know. But like when I was in college and transitioning between college and career, it was actually pretty difficult as a mother, because like in the interviews, that was literally the first thing they asked: do you have children? And once you said yes, it was kind of like the energy in the room was just like
shifted. They're not even supposed to ask those questions.
Well, I'm sure now it's, you know, maybe there's more like whatever, but that's how it was. It was very difficult a job. And then if they were still willing to hire you, then a lot of the questions just became about motherhood. Like, oh, well, so like who picks them up after school, or if
you have any barriers that keep you from getting to work on time and shit. Like, do you have kids?
And I always kept it 100. Like, honestly, my kids come first. If it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't be here trying to get a job. So they come first. Like you're not. I don't have a job. You know what I mean? Like it's not the opposite.
I'm not here being a fucking robot. I'm not here to be a fucking robot.
My kids are my boss. Those are my employers, and they say I need money because they like snacks and toys and they like to go places. Right. So like me as the employee to these motherfuckers, I gotta come here and get the coins.
You gotta be a fucking robot to them, though. You gotta be a slave or a robot to them.
I was never interested. I always said in the interviews, and some people appreciated my honesty, and some didn't. I you know, a lot of times I didn't get a call back, more times than not. And that's okay, because I needed to be my own boss anyway. I don't like being told what the fuck to do anyway. I'm not a good employee because I'm going to do what I want to do. And I won't say that my work ethic is trash. My work ethic be popping. In fact, every job I got, I made it to like managerial supervisor positions. It's never, you know, so we're not talking about my work ethic here. It's just even going up those ladders in every field I've been in, it's always that reminder that you don't run shit here. Like, you don't get to make the policies. You still got to do what we say. Yeah, you still a fucking slave. And you still under this rule that works against you. Like, even as a teacher, I had to teach y'all shit that I knew wasn't true. You know, I'm working in a warehouse. I still got to deal with the men's club and how they look at employees like a number, even when I don't want to. So it was always like, you know, you're personalizing these people too much. You care too much about them. Like, it's not about that. You got to separate the two or whatever. When I was in counseling, you know, behavioral planning and stuff like that, or even in the healthcare field, as well as the mental health care field, both times it was like, oh, you can't tell people about alternative medicine. You can't, that's not your place to do that. You know, we got to let them eat what they want. Like, they have rights. We give them information. You give them fucking packets and booklets and pray that they read them or whatever the fuck. But y'all don't really guide these people who don't have the capacity to really whatever, to even, some of them to even care. They don't have the capacity to even fucking care. Like, they need someone in their space that cares enough to say, hey, you should eat this, this, and this. We should do this behavior planning and see how this works. And maybe this could help you cut back on this medication or whatever. They don't allow that.
At the end of the day, it's still a fucking business. It is still a corporation.
Exactly.
You're still only here to make the dollars, and you're still only here to do as you are told in whatever position that you are in. Hell, even if you're a fucking MD, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shit, even as a student in the classroom, like, it's the constant reminder, like, bro, this shit. I remember being in psychology class seeing how dumb this shit was. Like, so if this medicine don't work, you're just going to wean them off and give them the next medicine. And you just going to keep doing that till something works and that makes sense to you. And I even asked in the meantime, are you giving them behavioral stuff? Are you doing a diet? Are you paying attention to all those other factors? They're like, no, we don't do that. And I'm like,
they don't even go to therapy. Like, they don't really have like a therapy session to where the psychologist or psychiatrist is going to speak to you and get down into the deep root of the situation. I mean, they're going to talk about your traumatic experience or whatever, you know, if you get that. But then after that, have you tell them about the post-trauma, you know, traumatic experiences or whatever, or the past traumatic experiences? Man, please, you gonna just get slapped with a prescription, some medication, and let us know how it goes. You know, take 2 and call me in the morning or next week, what have you. That's it. I've seen it happen with my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they did not want to speak. She was 6 at the time. You want to prescribe her Adderall, Prozac, all this other shit. Like, you don't even want to speak to her. And then they'll get like family and children's services involved if you do not give those children their fucking medication and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I refuse to give her the medication and shit. Like, after about a week or so, I think I gave her that shit for like a week or 2 or whatever. You know, and I was like, fuck that. This shit making her go down. It's not helping with it's not helping her with what I need. You know, it's just making her like a fucking zombie, and I don't want my child being a fucking zombie. As outspoken as she is, and as active she can be, I wouldn't trade that for no fucking medications. You know what I'm saying? Just to water her down and make her just like, okay, she's only focused enough throughout the day to do her work, and then she can pass out and go to sleep. That's not the life I wanted her to live.
Right. And you got some people who have that in their root chakra. They have those medications in their root chakra. All their discipline and order and boundaries is based upon the parameters that those medications allow them. And that's not cool.
It's all part of the programming for you to be a productive citizen, okay? Or a productive slave, a productive worker in this society, in the United Corporate States Slaves of America, you know, the United Slaves of America, okay? So, what else could govern people, though? What else can govern people besides the money, their karma, their destiny?
It could be a lot of people allow attention to rule, to be their authority. They do anything for attention. If you don't give them attention to do something, I'll be feeling bad for them people too.
Somebody wants to join us, sis. Andy What wants to join us.
Oh, I see it. I don't be having this joint up there. Sis, where's you at?
Huh?
Foxxi Raquel is in the background.
Oh,
Where's
she is?
Monie?
Yay, we have company.
Yay.
Well, Roxy was supposed to be here. Anyway.
Team assemble.
Okay.
Hello, Knowledge.
Oh, Knowledge has joined the building. Has entered into the building.
But yeah, I think people that allow, attention to rule their Saturn energy be crazy too, because they really be doing the most. I didn't like the videos that I saw of all the parents breaking the egg on their kids' head. Like,
I don't like that shit.
Shit not cool. Like people they be doing weird stuff, or like that whole trend where they were scaring their kids. I thought that was weird too. Hey, sis.
Hey, pieces.
Yeah, attention. Like they'll do anything for attention.
Right.
Hey girl, we see you.
There. Anita Baker.
Oh. Did you just say Anita Baker? This is why I love you. You don't give a shit. You just gonna hit me with that Anita Baker too.
I love you just because I do.
Let me get my life, y'all. Let me get comfortable, because all right. So shout out, hello, sisters. Thank you for hey Danielle. I didn't even know you were going to be
I'm over here looking like
first of all, I felt some type of way, and then I took a shroom. And so, like, I didn't see no messages. I haven't been on Instagram. I'm nowhere. And I just see my face by itself up here. And I'm like, this is not a good day to do this.
Oh, shit.
It's not a good day. It's not a good night to do this.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Did you say you took a shroom?
Yeah, I feel great about it. I've been microdosing all week, and so now it's kind of like a concentration. So every
I
time
like it.
I just get happier and happier.
Listen, so first of all, yes, I love it. I love the idea. I don't know what y'all talking about before I came in. I don't want to mess up the subject, but that's a beautiful thing. First of all, do you know what strain of shroom that you took? Because there are different ones. So I am not
Wonderland shit.
Yeah, listen, there are different ones. There is one called the Golden Teacher, which I would recommend to anyone who is just now, just starting. It's a very mellow, good, get you started. Then there's the Penis Envy. There's the albino Penis Envy. There's all kinds of strands of shrooms. But I will say this. I'm not going to say when, but I took shrooms a while ago. And it was the most amazing experience. And I will never tell someone else to not do something that I've never experienced, because if I never experienced it and based it on what everybody else would say, I would think I would be tripping out and acting crazy. But when I say that I had never seen the moon look so beautiful, and the lights around it it was like an aura of purple. It was not white light. It was purple light around the moon. And it was sitting, and first of all, it was a full moon, and I was at my girlfriend's house, and the moon was sitting so close. I was freaking out. She's like, what's wrong with you? And I kept going in and out of her house. And I was like, girl, you gotta see this moon. You gotta see this moon. And she was like, oh, you high. And I was like, no, what it is I am open. The doors are open and I can see things. And so when you said happiness about microdosing, let me tell you, I thought, okay, this is beautiful. But the next day was even better, because I started seeing people. When I saw people, I felt so lighthearted. I felt so connected to them. And I felt I'm talking about just I could see a homeless dude walking down the street, and I was just like, oh, look at him doing his homeless thing, walking down the street. I was just loving everybody after it. And I see why, again, they keep certain natural things from us, because it opens up parts of our brain that actually open us up to loving. And that the best I thought weed was something, man. When I took them shrooms, and I had a guy who was growing, and he was teaching me like he grew it himself. I knew microdosing is beautiful. I think microdosing is amazing because you don't need a lot, and it keeps you at that openness. I'm not gonna tell people what to do, but if you've never experienced something, don't tell people what not to do if you've never done it. But I will say I took shrooms and it was the most beautiful, amazing experience I ever had. And I was just like, oh my God.
I haven't tried it yet, you guys.
No.
I intend on doing it for my birthday, and I wanted to try the Golden Teacher. 'Cause I know somebody who has them. I have a blue penis envy that I've had.
Yep, it's blue. The tips of it kind of like a light. Yes, penis envy is strong though. That's some. That's.
I was only gonna take a piece of it though. I wasn't gonna pop that whole.
Yeah, don't do the whole thing.
I wasn't gonna pop my cherry starting out like that.
You don't want to start with penis envy. No. Yeah. You don't want to pop your cherry with the biggest one. You want to go with the Golden Teachers are a little bit littler. They a little more golden. And it's it's so funny to come in and y'all start to talk about I took a shroom. Sis, I would have never thought. That is so beautiful. I wish we could have took it together because I love it.
Every year since my Saturn return started, every year around my birthday, I take a shroom. This is my first time being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm finna be high all month. I'm about to just take shrooms all September. I don't give a fuck. So this is my first time doing it this way, and I'm having a great time.
I can tell that.
I want to be having a great time too.
I'm saying too how I can control my reality. Like I know so much.
Yeah,
so it's like I know so much, and now I'm open. Oh, I'm finna have
it feels good. It's a loving feeling. It's a dopamine. It opens up your dopamine, your serotonin, whatever the hell it is. Look, my sister knows she book smart, but I'm telling you, when I took it as an empath, it made me so much more loving towards other people. And I'm talking about days later. Like I took it one day and I felt the high, but the high came down, right? But it was just
this coming back at random moments.
Yes, and the yawn. Okay, so this is how I know that when I took it, when it kicked in, I started yawning. I can't stop.
Over.
Yeah, you can't stop it. That's how I know. Yep.
Give it to yourself.
The yawn. It's the yawn for me. But I will say it's a beautiful experience, y'all. And I think that, again, Divine created all kinds of things to help us open up to who we really are. But, they put drug labels on anything, and then they make drugs that really fuck us up, and they don't put no labels on that you could take that. Doctor could prescribe you some Adderall and all this crap that really messed you up. But you can't go outside and pick a shroom and grow some shit that's
under your tongue and relax. Go sit
right.
That's all you need. Go sniff some lemongrass.
Absolutely. So Danielle, hello.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm over here looking like Big Perm.
Yeah, I'm over here cracking up. What the fuck is wrong with her?
I'll give y'all a quick little flash, okay?
Okay.
All right.
She got the
curly. She gave me the moo pic. I'm like, sis.
I was walking around all day looking like this today, okay? And everybody keep asking me, like, so what's it gonna be like when you take those out? Do you have dreads? I'm like, yeah.
Not Big Perm though.
Big worm.
Oh yeah, I take it. Okay, so I take it for pain too because I feel like I'm about to go. I have a couple of follow-up appointments. I'm about to go back to physical therapy for pain management. But I feel like I'm starting to become immune to like weed. Like weed used to help with the pain because I never got pain medicines. We crackheads in the hospital or whatever the fuck. So and then they were trying to give me nothing. So I've been smoking weed. And after a while, just like, and then also I'm trying to live my life. Like I have Like my bills don't give a fuck that I got hit by a car. So I have to make money. So that requires me to move my body because I'm not getting a job. Like I told Danielle, I don't like to be told what the fuck to do. I don't got time for none of that shit. And it's getting worse. Like I can't even teach anymore without them telling me like, oh, it's the needle thing. But it's included in a lot of my skill sets, like in the mental health community, the different realms that I could be in there is still treated like healthcare in the healthcare community, and then trying to be a teacher, all of that involves those things. So it's like, dang, I can't even do none of the shit that I know how to do here. Like, what the fuck y'all want me to work? Like, I can't do no labor. I'm not doing no more blue collar jobs. Like, my leg is like, bitch, no, you're not. So I work for myself. That requires, you know, me to be around and do stuff. I have to use my leg.
You got to get through it. So that's what. So you've been using it for pain management.
This is a realization. What is this, like day 5, maybe day 5 or 6 with the microdosing? And so this is an observation that yes, I still feel the pain, but it's not like I feel the pain like I usually do.
It's not concentration on the pain.
No, it's more so like a throbby feeling that it is what it actually is, and that's fun. It's a relief because the weed stopped working. The weed was just making me sleepy.
Hey, this time last year, was it this time last year?
Yeah, I got hit on Halloween, y'all. I feel sad because I want to do weird shit in the woods. And the lunar eclipse is on the 28th. I have a lot of good friends doing weird shit in the woods. It was this one year. It was actually my Saturn return year. I met a really dope group of people that year in the fucking woods under the moon doing weird shit. And I
think you're making a lot of progress, sis, for a broken leg. I mean, shit. You know what? Look at all the progress you've made.
That's because I'm acting like I don't feel anything.
You still want to have
y'all. I cry in the dark when I'm by myself.
Hey, look, earlier this year you were talking about goddamn how you ain't got no leg, you got one leg. I'm like, sis, you still got a leg. Why are you talking about like your leg been amputated?
I'm handicapped. I got one leg.
Your leg, like, bruh, I'm still here.
That one leg.
Used to, like, I can't walk my dog. My sex life is in shambles because now I gotta let men be on top. They born that is.
Oh my god!
Boring. Wait a minute, it's not boring. It's
turn around and let them hit for the bike.
I can't because then I gotta be on my knees and I can't be on my knees.
You gotta put that one leg down, sis, and be up on the other knee. You gotta.
She trying to get you to do a doggy style with the one leg up.
Yeah, you gotta put the one leg down.
I like to be in control. I want to be on top.
You still in control. Trust me. Them motherfuckers be letting your ass be in control when they hitting it from the back.
Oh my goodness!
I'm on top there, man. I can't do it no other position.
Well, you can still do it on top.
I can't because my knee is fucked up.
My knees ain't hitting on shit right now. Okay, my knees ain't hitting on the goddamn.
You don't have one leg. I got one leg. The other leg
you
is like the cheap Barbies that don't bend. You ever heard the Barbies that don't got knees? That's what one of my legs is doing. And the other leg got a knee.
You gotta scoot them over to the edge of the bed. Have that one leg that's hurt, okay, hanging off, and you gotta let them ride with the other knee. Yeah.
You have to let this shit don't hurt.
It ain't gonna hurt when you get the bucket, I'm telling you.
You want my leg to just dangle. Me and Gravity have been getting along lately.
Listen, if we can get over goddamn pushing babies out of our goddamn ass, or having a C-section and fucking within the 6 damn weeks or whatever, you can get over goddamn leg being there, bro.
C-section kids.
That's what I'm saying. You can get over having them come out the womb, or coming out the coochie, or coming out by C-section. I know you ain't waiting them goddamn 2 months, weeks, whatever.
No, I'm still having sex. I just miss being on top.
You can, all right. So that pain is just
say all like, no, don't take it that far. We don't say all that.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I'm in my head like, damn. I'm in my head like, is it my turn to get on top? And it's not because my knee won't do what it needs to do for me to have a good time.
Take that leg and let it get a little bit of strength in it. And the minute that it start bucking on you, you got to get down, sis. You got to get off the horse.
I'm going to try. I'm going to Florida later. We'll see how that goes.
You ride a rodeo's only ridden for a few seconds at a time. You ain't riding no rodeo for goddamn 10, 15
minutes. No. Do you I'm on it? Oh, let me tell you. You better ask about me. She put it in the lifestyle.
Okay.
I'm vegan. I'm athletic. I do fucking yoga. I take maca root on a daily basis and wheatgrass. I got this. I'm out here forever. That's why I'm bored. I'm bored.
Well, you gotta hang that leg off the side of the bed. Hang that leg off the side of the bed. Damn it, it hurts. Okay. And do what all you can for the however long that you can do it. Okay, at least you can say you tried. And you know what that motherfucker gonna say? That goddess had a broke motherfucking leg. She broke the hell out my ass.
Oh my god!
This going down in history. He was like, "Never have I ever."
Oh yeah, he definitely gotta put a finger down.
Hey, you do that shit, I guarantee you ain't gonna have no problems out that motherfucker, okay? You rode him with a broke ass leg, okay? Shit.
Lord have mercy.
And I with a broke ass leg. I told you my leg was broke. I told you I had my leg.
That leg is healing, honey.
That motherfucking scene with was it I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? When she was like, I got a surprise for you. Sis took the boobs off, her wig off. She had everything. Like
oh damn! Yeah, she ain't had shit left, did she? Yeah.
She took her butt off. Good times. Now
well,
he get that stuff permanently put on him.
He hit it though, didn't he? Didn't he hit it?
No, he left.
Oh. Well, that ain't the situation here. You still got legs attached.
I'm done.
Hey, but the spirit that sis had, the spirit she had, she was ready.
No, because
that's how you gotta be fucking ready.
Said that he had 12 inches, and so he lied, and she was like, "Oh, we truth telling."
Right, you know what? I ain't got no leg. I got no hand either. Oh, it's fake too.
Oh my goodness.
But she was determined though. She was determined.
So if he would have had the 12 inches, how was her lies gonna keep going?
Look, he had one lie, okay?
Yeah, one lie.
Sis had enhancements, okay?
But it was her outfit though. That's the wild part. Like it was her whole outfit. Like she put that on today.
And look how much effort she had to put in to put all that shit on, and with no leg, like a missing leg, yo. Yeah.
And they had the nerve to wrap it all in latex. What was that? What was that plastic? They used to call the fake pleather. It was
pleather.
Yeah, the fake leather.
I mean, who knows what flaws, you know what I'm saying, your man's gonna have or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that he's not unveiling to you.
It's not one leg though.
Oh, it's both legs.
You can't hide that.
Oh my god.
Well, you might have a frog hop on the other leg. You might have the frog hop for a good minute or so on the other leg. Give that good strong ass frog hop.
I had a moment when I knew I was high.
Sis, you're a Virgo. I believe in you. You can do it.
I was on a motherfucking dating website, and you know how you be swiping, and I saw a dude in a wheelchair, and I was like, maybe this is my level.
No, that ain't intro level because them motherfuckers ain't gonna feel shit. Okay, he's gonna
I'm
sit there
not.
like you
I
you doing
am not
absolutely
doing
nothing.
this.
Okay, do not.
Come on, Roxy, let's go.
That motherfucker has no feeling of pain, okay, or no feeling of anything. I guarantee it. He probably want SBM, SM,
But I can give him my
BDSM.
car riding skills, and he will be okay.
No, he's looking to be beaten, okay, tortured and shit. And no matter how much you beat him, torture him on his little goddamn weak ass legs and shit, it ain't happening. He's gonna ruin your fucking ego because there's nothing you could do to him to hurt him. Like,
Is
no,
that a thing?
leave that shit
They're
alone.
into dominatrix. That's a thing
Yeah,
with their
I
community.
guarantee he's into that shit. I guarantee
That's
he is.
wild. I never knew.
I guarantee he is.
I don't like to be in charge.
You don't
Because I'm in charge everywhere in my life, like everywhere else. Like you can't tell me what to do. So you
I
can
don't
tell me
like
what
being
to
charged
do.
with it.
Yeah, I don't want to be in charge.
I don't like to be in charge in that aspect because everything else I'm the fucking queen of my castle. I don't feel like being the queen in the bedroom. I want tell me what you need.
Well, you gotta
Tell
swipe
us
left.
good.
You gotta swipe goddamn left then when you see that.
Say, talk to me nice. I love that shit. That shit turn me on. Like,
You
yeah.
gotta
Yes.
swipe left when you see that motherfucker.
Okay.
That's still my
That's a challenge right there. A motherfucker with like 50% paralysis. Yeah.
That was the only thing that came to my head.
You better leave that alone to the professionals.
Right? Yeah, but y'all get the drift.
My goodness.
Then he wants you to down talk him and shit. Talk to him like he ain't nothing, like he's worthless.
No, stop. I can't.
Like you're a pathetic fucking loser. Yeah, they want you to do that to him.
I can see how women could do that for a job. Cause I could do that and feel nothing. Like I don't want you. You just let me do that to you for like 15 minutes.
Kick him in the, kick him in his crotch and shit. With
I cannot with you. Danielle.
Swipe left on that shit. Yeah, you think you up for something new with that wheelchair shit. I'm telling you, swipe left on that shit.
What channel are we on?
I don't know. How did we get here? We was talking about what governs us.
This is not Max. We got to the wrong channel. I was just trying to stay. I don't know where I was at. How did we get here?
We was talking about how we were being governed. What governs us?
You know, Pluto's in retrograde too, and Pluto rules over sex. And that's why I can't be on top no more, because it's in retrograde in Capricorn.
Oh, you know what? People's sacral chakra governs them too. Sex has.
I'm a bottom now, and I'm sad.
Sex does govern people.
I'm just on the bottom now.
Yeah, sex does govern people. Some people are over sex. Some people are under sex. Some people think about sex all day long. Some people think about sex multiple times throughout the day. You know, there's a day where they don't think about sex. You know, some people are willing to do anything for sex. Some people have sex addiction.
I don't have that though. Addiction. I don't do anything, but I do think about it all day long. I hate when. Listen.
Some people have sex without purpose. They just like to have sex, you know what I'm saying, and thinking that's all what they're supposed to fucking do. Yeah, there are some people living in this world who are led by sex.
I wish that was my life. Wish I could do it like that. But my Virgo energy won't allow it.
No, because we have discernment.
I don't know if you want to be here, my son.
We don't want to be labeled a hoe.
I never cared. I even told dudes, like, hey, I'm in my whole phase of life. So this is where I'm at. I don't know what you want to do.
Why you need to explain that to them, sis? You have a discernment about that. Okay? Because if you ain't you wouldn't have to explain that.
Because, you know, I had Zeke my majority of my life. I had Zeke when I was 16. So, you know, having him so young and being in college and stuff like that, it kind of put like an image on me, like, oh, this woman is looking for a family and blah, 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 blah. And no, fuck, I'm not. I got a kid and he's just making me feel more empowered to like follow my dreams in college. But in the meantime, I'm here to have a good time. I don't know why you think that. Because I have a kid. You think I want you to be my kid's stepdad? Okay.
You know what? And that's probably what some men think too. With any woman who have children, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want you around my kids. Listen, my kids are big now.
That's why they ask questions like,
my
do you have children? Like, yeah, I got motherfucking kids. How many kids you got? Motherfucker, I got 3 kids. What?
Me saying I have kids mean I just won't have a lot of time for you. Like I really don't have time. I homeschool my kids. You know, my oldest one, he wants
I
a
have
life. They want
responsibility,
lives and
sir.
shit. And that requires my involvement with the logistics. So now I have to provide them with a life on top of the mother things I do. I don't have time. And I didn't have time then with one kid balancing college and like 3 fucking jobs. I definitely don't have time now.
They just know that you ain't got time for no fucking games. You know what I'm saying?
Don't.
They don't.
Yeah, that's what it
they want to play
was. I
games.
don't have time for games, but if you want to have like we can have. I do have time for good times. That's not really whatever.
Indeed.
I'm excited for. I'm gonna be in my Jesus year, y'all.
You ain't gonna die though, okay? I have to tell you that you're not gonna die.
I'm scared. No, let me tell you why I'm scared though. Listen, I got hit. Okay, so the first car accident I got into was on 2/2/22. It was a full moon in Cancer. It was the Lunar New Year, and it was a Tuesday. Mad shit going on. This was a spiritual motherfucking day in Pisces. Then on Halloween in the year of 6, during the same weekend where people in my family usually die, like my brothers, my best friend, my god brother, my uncles and cousins, like 28th, 29th, 30th of October, yeah, that's the day when niggas start dying. So I get hit by a car on Halloween, and then it was a couple months after my best friend got hit by a car, and he died.
Oh, wow.
Same day I got hit by a car. Yeah, my man was my friend since like fucking 2nd, 3rd grade. Our moms used to work together. That's how we became friends. And so he passed away. And then I get into this. Now I had the car accident, but now my body's getting hit on Halloween. Like, come on now. I'm about to enter my draconic year. It's my 33rd year. My progressive chart is about to align with my draconic chart. That's hella Scorpio energy. That means my sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus all in fucking Scorpio. Just like my draconic chart. And on top of that, what was I about to say about the Scorpio shit? Scorpio, my progressive and draconic chart. Oh, I'm in my Pluto placement on the fucking map.
All right. You transitioning.
It's a lot. It's a lot in the case right now. Got a lot in the. I don't know about this verdict, cuz it's not looking too good for your friend. I even talked to my ether priest. You know what the first thing he said? I didn't even know how to react. He was like, "Damn, it sounded like somebody trying to take you out." What the fuck? That's what. Like, come on, man.
Oh, sis, you'll be fine.
If anything happens to me, keep my son nationals. Don't let my family take my son and make them U.S. citizens again.
I'll take them, sis.
Every fucking body. That's the only thing I care about.
I got you, but you ain't going nowhere. So
not at all. You're gonna be here old as shit. We're gonna grow old together.
Right. That's what I'm trying to
do. Yeah.
And like, I be seeing that more.
You might be 93 or 99, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody dies around the 99. It's always a week or two before the 100. Like, you corny as hell. You couldn't make it to the 100, but you know we was planning a big ass party.
Yeah.
Well, I had my party at 99 just in case I don't make it to 100. Okay.
Yeah, I love my nines. That's what we did for my Eliza. We gave her a 99 joint.
I graduated. Oh shit, I'm about to be y'all too much. Okay, never mind. And then the math started going in like, damn, she old.
Oh, that was y'all graduation song? You lucky.
1999.
That's a good one. That was a good year for music.
Huh?
That was a good year for music.
Yeah. It was a beautiful year for music. So I want to know what y'all been up to. Like, I am super hella late. We did Meet the Starseeds. Yeah, I saw y'all popping it over there. That was fun.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. It was good
cool
energy.
To see everybody together.
Yeah, I was so surprised. I'm always surprised that people not only just show up, but they like really devote their time because we were on that joint for 3 hours straight, and it wasn't like it was all interesting. It was I was learning a lot about the Starseed. So shout out to them tonight for tapping in. And now I'm here on Seeds of the Sun, and Danielle's in the building. Sunshine Monet L is in the building, and yo, I'm gonna tell you, I wish
to my
yes.
co-host.
Listen, y'all are some of my favorite people. I was just saying this on Seeds of the Sun. Sunshine, I think you've been on this show probably as much as any of the other star seeds. So officially I'm going to end up having to extend you a welcome over there, because you already know you my astrology, like you the nerd. So I'm going to have you, over there. But we're going to talk about that offline.
Leo Rising does like invitations.
She's not an official star seed yet, but we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that.
I'm honor you the whole time. Since you over there perpetrating the whole time.
I do be lying like shit sometimes. I said,
but you know what? I feel like some people who come up, like I have some official star seeds, but there's unofficial star seeds. People who come on that joint on a regular basis, and they always want to be there. And that's why I'm like, this star seed thing is going to continue to grow. Like it's 5 now, it's going to be like 100 by the end. Like, because there's so many people who bring so much. Just like you two, y'all bring so much different energy, and it's necessary in the growth of everybody. But when we tap in, like I sit here, like Danielle, girl, you are off the chain. Every time you come in, I already know that you're gonna. First of all, she's real. Everything about her, like when she came on my show, I was not ready. Okay, I was not, because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's always good energy. And yes, and then I definitely gonna have to have you on After Dark, because I almost, when we came here, y'all start talking about, I'm like, are we on Pronoia After Dark? What the hell's going on? Then you got that
shit. Y'all got us doing Sons of Seed at nighttime. Listen,
I know.
That's why I'm plenty of fish right now. Minding my business.
Okay, listen. So yeah, we need to let them know that Seeds of the Sun will be starting next time. The next time y'all see us, we'll be on a Thursday at 5 p.m. Right, sis? That's it. Thursday 5s.
Yeah, Thursday at 5.
So yeah, because this nighttime energy does pick up on sexual energy. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is my I love talking about sexual energy.
That's why you can't say still in your chair right now.
You said I never sit still in my chair. Listen, first of all, I have my black moon Lilith is in Scorpio. So baby, sexual energy. Man, I be acting up, acting out, because there is a lot of suppressed sexual energy from when I was younger, and now I'm older and I don't suppress shit. So my sexual energy is very high, but it's only for selected, very selective about when I share that energy, because it's very addictive. Okay, I know. Listen, first of all, I'm a Pisces sun. What's your problem? Oh, you got a problem with it?
Oh, no, I have a problem, period. Like, I should probably be in a class with Eric Benet. I have a problem.
I feel you.
When people be coming for like sexy red and shit, I'm like, she probably don't do half the shit I do.
Exactly.
You never know that I do the shit I do. Wanna know why?
Nope.
Because I'm not making songs like Sexy Red. I shouldn't have to.
I
make songs for me.
I see girls sometimes, and they're very, I wouldn't say thirsty. And the and I'm not, ladies, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it's true. The thirstiest ones, they probably ain't doing shit. It's the quiet. It's the ones who not really talking always about it. They will surprise it, but you know why? Because they don't want everybody to know how good it is. Because if they know too much, you have to be beating them off with bats. You can't be just giving it out like that. That shit is addictive. So I got a lot of Venus energy, and if y'all don't know, Venus love, like. People, you give off loving energy. So you could be with somebody and not even love them and be giving off loving energy. So think about how addictive it is to receive love, like on a reg, like that shit is addictive. So I'm real careful with who I share all of this, because it's a lot. This is a lot. Once you get in, you don't want to leave. And I can't be having everybody inside the vortex like that. You just can't get in like that. Yeah, but that damn portals. That's right. That's right. We are portals. We have, I feel like women, when we feel protected, when we feel in the right energy, baby, it's not too much we won't do. All that, this is nasty. That's for little girls. That's for little people who don't understand that, like, once you have me, like, once you have a certain level of trust and openness, baby, Baby.
There's certain things I won't do.
I ain't licking no ass. Yeah.
Time
Wait,
out.
hold
Yeah.
on.
I'm not no
Wait.
ass play.
I did not say nothing about licking no ass.
You know, that's the first place I'm
Hey.
lying with. It's like, we.
Oh,
No, he in his
I
ass.
was not.
He in his ass. I'm not trying to eat this nigga ass.
I'm a beat.
I don't like.
that motherfucker.
I'm done with you.
He asked me that.
It's some
I'm
stuff
sliding.
that's nasty.
Yeah, I don't.
I just started thinking about all the things I wouldn't do. Like, dang, Roxxi
I
nasty.
never mentioned licking nobody's ass, y'all. So.
In fact, I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
Don't even. Danielle,
I ain't
baby,
never
you can tell somebody else that one, honey, because them conversations that we didn't started, ain't no virgins giving you
I'm
no
just telling
information.
you what I've seen on anime porn. Okay.
Not anime porn. Stop.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
See, for the people that have the Bible as their authority self, they hate us right now. I'm trying to bring it back to Saturn.
Hey, Romeo, I am so sorry that you just came into this I don't even know. Listen, this is season of the sun after dark, y'all, because we're going into the next day, and so this conversation is not the typical. We will return to our normal scheduled programming next Thursday.
It's retrograde. What? We retrograding.
led up to
But why not
the
have to say?
what
We're retrograding and we're having fun.
Yeah,
talking
absolutely.
about what dominates our authority, and we stop that with the sacral chakra or sex. You know what I'm saying? Leads people.
Yeah, Jupiter is in retrograde, and Jupiter rules over sex.
Right.
Look, I'm all for it.
Chakra. So, sex is fun.
We just can go more in depth and talk about sex. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind it. I'm
not uncomfortable with speaking about sex. I mean, my whole thing with my business is based on helping people with their reproductive organs. You know what I'm saying? So you can have better sex and have a better life and keep reproducing healthy babies. You know, have a healthy lifestyle. When you have lack of sex as an adult who's already sexually active, when you have lack of sex. When you have sexual dysfunctions, when you have sexual fucking fetishes, or you got something going on with your fucking reproductive organs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's
people start getting tumors and shit. Y'all think that celibacy shit cute till y'all go to the doctors and you got fucking fibroids and shit. That shit ain't cute. You gotta go bust one.
Right. You having stress and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You will start to grow them fucking fibroids in your fucking uterus and shit. Like, that's not what's up, you know?
Right.
And the more you have sex, it's better for you anyway. You know? Yeah.
You start growing chin hairs, you having headaches, you don't sleep good, your back starting.
Sex alleviates pain.
Sex alleviates stress. That's what happens to me.
Pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're not having like physical sex, like, you know, the penis inserting into the vagina or whatever, you know, like penetration and shit, you know, just cuddling and rubbing, touching and shit, masturbation or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
You know, that shit helps. That shit helps. That shit helps. It helps you get through the nights, through the days.
Right. Y'all be out here being mean and all this nonsense, and all you need to do is best sex.
That's true. I ain't seen some folks that really need to get it. They get the dust knocked off of that junk because they are just
celibate. You ain't gotta tell me. You ain't gotta tell me. I could tell who so anybody that posts sexy red and got a problem with it. You fucking celibate. You stomped up hoe.
Sexy red is not the worst one. She's not the worst one. All them motherfuckers
songs
say the same shit.
Listen to them. Don't get us wrong. I'm not listening to that shit. But like the stuff that she makes, that's stuff that me and my college friends would make up while we were getting dressed. Like, nigga, we about to go to the club. We about to go get some dick. Like, bro, we used to do that for fun. So, like, to hear somebody making money off of the shit we used to just do for fun, that's fire to me. She's the same age what I look like in my big age, looking at somebody that's 21, 22, like, oh my God. Look at you living your 20s. Like I wasn't out here being a hokey dot. I was out here living my best life in my 20s, making up
Right.
rap songs about it with my friends, doing ratchet shit with my friends. If you ever seen a fucking Slurpee cup in my hand, don't sniff that hoe. We lit.
She hasn't
I used
experienced
to
a real.
stay
She
drunk.
hasn't experienced no real beautiful sex yet. She's just been fucking. You know what I'm saying? She's just been fucking. You know, she hasn't made love. She probably hasn't made love yet or whatever. So, you know, she's
It's
describing
not
her
time for
fucking
her
sex life or
to.
whather. Nah, she's supposed to be fucking. She's supposed to be fucking
She's
right
been
now. You know what I'm
fucking.
saying? Shit. Yeah.
She's supposed to be living her best life. She in her 20s.
Listen.
And,
All
but you
right.
know
When I
what's
was in my
funny?
early
Because
20s,
us
my
saying that
fucking
about a girl
show.
is weird.
Okay.
But that's what these niggas be teaching these men. You're in your 20s. You're not supposed to be settling down. Go live your life. Da-da-da-da. But if I say that about a young woman, go get your bag. You can play with these boys, but go get your bag. Focus on yourself. Da-da-da. Why is it different? Why does that make her like unworthiness than that? But it's cool for y'all to tell y'all sons to do this. Like,
I've been in
Right.
long-term relationships
so
since
who
I
doing
was
it
like
with them? Other
19,
sons?
yo. I've been in long-term serious relationships since I was fucking 19. I ain't get a chance to do all that goddamn shit that Sexy Red and them motherfucking damn did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when I was single, I was fucking. I just didn't produce the product out of fucking. You know what I'm saying? Once I became single. And that was a baby. I produced all my babies while I was in these fucking relationships. And God knows I wish I was out there. I wish I was out there home when I was 21. I wish I was
Oh
out
my
there
God.
shaking my ass and doing all. Yeah, because I didn't get to experience that shit. I experienced that out of fucking hurt, you know what I'm saying? And being single and lonely or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And not just fucking multiple men or whatever like that. But I'm just saying, shit, wanting to get into that feeling like, oh, I like to have fun, like have sex without an attachment to it or whatever. But I did create attachments. Then I, fucking married. Damn.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I
that's
ended up
crazy.
fucking married for somebody I was supposed to have an attachment to.
Why you be sticking around? You know what I do? I
was just
leave
trying
while
to
they
have
go to
some
sleep.
fun.
Soon as the nigga go to sleep, I'm out, bro. That used to be the move. That's your problem. You want to stay to the morning and eat fucking pancakes and shit. That's not what we do. And now you got a baby.
I remember one time this man tried to keep me over at his motherfucking house, and it was the worst sex ever. Do you hear me? The worst sex ever. Ever. And he was trying to cook me food in the morning and shit. He wasn't trying to take me
Was
home.
the
I'm
food
like, I
good?
just want to go home. He wanted round from round. I was like, yo, I don't even want no more. Like, please. Like, I just want to go to sleep and I just want to go home. You know, I felt like I was low-key kidnapped and shit. Because he kept wanting to
Nah,
do
I
shit and I
always
didn't want
sneak
to
out
fucking
when they
do it.
sleep.
Yeah.
Always sneak out when they sleep. Soon as you hear the first breath, that
That motherfucker ain't go to sleep. Because
out.
as soon as I try to roll over to get, like, adjust myself, like, where you going? Like, damn.
That
I
sounds
can't
like
go
a
nowhere. I don't
cancer.
have my fucking car with me. You roll me over here. But yeah, those attachments and shit that did not need to be there, that's what was created. You know what I'm saying? When I was just trying to have me some damn fun. So, yeah. Where my Venus is at again? Well, let me look at it.
My younger years is kind of blurry because I was in a relationship. But, the foundation of our relationship was kind of crazy. So, like, from 19 to 29, I was in a relationship sometimes.
Oh, yeah, my Venus in Scorpio.
Your Venus in Scorpio? Oh, that makes sense.
I have the desire. You know what I'm saying?
You got a bit of an addiction over there, buddy. You need to be in Air Benet's class, too.
Buddy.
You need to sit right next to me in the front row.
Listen, I don't mind being in the front row and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind raising my hand to every motherfucking question and answering damn questions and shit. You know what I'm saying? I live my motherfucking truth for real. You know? But
I let my Jupiter run rampant when I was younger. When I won't lie to you, I was one of those fast ass girls. My teenage years, I was out here getting it, riding dirty. And then I guess being in that relationship for 10 years broke my spirit. Was like slavery. And I was singing church hymns the whole time.
Oh shit.
And then Lemonade came out and it changed my life. And a side note to that is the last time Venus was in retrograde in these degrees, Lemonade had came out. So I don't think it was Lemonade that changed my life. I think Lemonade showed me, bitch, do what you need to do. You know what to do. And I was like, Beyonce, I've been mentally left this nigga. But it still took another 4 years after that.
That song that Mary J made, it took
Mary
a
J
whole
makes
damn
the best
year to
songs.
repair my body. It took a whole damn year.
Yes.
Said summer
Mary
came
J
looking for
Blige
love,
be having the hymns.
and fall I was left with nothing. Winter I came looking for blood. And yes,
This guy don't be mad at. Seriously? This is why I don't be mad at Krishan Rock. In fact, I kind of admire her because it took me 9 years to leave that man, and I wasn't getting a bag with this nigga. She was getting a bag with this toxic man, and it only took her like 2-3 seasons to get. It took me 9.
Listen,
like, I'm not mad at
he's
her.
a Pisces.
Krishan, she is a Pisces. I kept hearing Aries Pisces. I was like, but maybe tropical Vedic. I don't know what y'all talking
I think she's a Pisces. She's an
I thought you said he's a Pisces. I'm like, he Aquarius.
No, Krishan is a Pisces.
They both.
I can relate to her to a certain extent, but I see her beautiful awakening. And I'm gonna say this: she is such a like you see what they put out there, but if you sit down, and I have to listen to her fast. Like I have to speed it up because I can't take when people take so long to get shit out. But if you just speed up what she's saying and get it, like let her get it out, she's very sensitive. She's a very sweet underneath all of that bullshit. And it's hard to fall in love with a narcissist and not know that you're in love with a narcissist and allowing that person to mentally abuse you. Because I have been there as a Pisces, as a Taurus rising. If you don't know anything about Taurus, they will hold on until they can't take it no damn more.
My God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I know that she held on to Blueface as long as she could, but sometimes it takes us having children. Okay, because if it wasn't for my daughters, me having girls, and my ex-husband being abusive, if he probably abused me and it was in private and I had no children, I'd probably still be there because I'm trying to work it out because we married and this shit and that shit. But my children, and sometimes you have, Divine puts those babies in your life, and I feel like that baby came into her life right on time, even though it's sometimes it's not necessarily the wrong person, because there's things let me tell you, I'm spiritual, so I believe there are things in other people that we have to heal, and sometimes we can only heal them through giving birth.
Heal both those lineages.
Yes, absolutely.
Like fucking Virgo says, you already know that baby coming to heal all of it like magic.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
he wants the baby bought some grounding.
Is terrible.
The baby bought some grounding here because you got water and you got motherfucking air and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 motherfuckers.
Absolutely. And you have to understand that.
You know what I'm saying? All over the fucking place or whatever. So it needs to be some grounding. It needs to be a ditch dug and some tunneling or whatever for that fucking water. Him and his mother, I think that's beautiful. His mother's a Pisces and he's a fucking Virgo. His mother's really gonna give him all the motherfucking love and shit that he motherfucking needs.
And he's gonna give her every bit of stability that she's been looking for to keep her sane. She been missing real love, and real love don't necessarily have to be sexual. And that's the thing is, like, I mean, like, honestly, I don't even do social media shit, but I had went down to Krishan rabbit hole.
I love that little girl.
I did it because I was up in, you know how you get on YouTube and then something pop up and then you go down and then you down. Now I done went all the way back to her fucking her ninja days when she was running it. Like I done went all the way back to when she was in high school. But I'm going to say that, like, us as goddesses, we are here to never judge a younger goddess who is learning and stepping into herself, because we know what it took for us to get here. We didn't get here by being born with silver spoons. We got here through all the trials and tribulations, the abuse, the narcissism, the fucking neglect, the people not being there for you. Nobody's listening to you. So when I hear her, I want to hear her. I want to hear her in a way that no one else hears her, because nobody ever listened. Like, I get it. Fall in love with somebody who cannot really love you back. It has to do with the fact that your whole life, you never received that love. So you're going to always find somebody who can't love you back properly until you realize that that's what you trying to fill in the blank for some shit your parents did with this dude who never going. He got his own issues why he a narcissist, you know. But I'm so proud of the growth that I see in her and that baby. And that baby is beautiful. And I just want to say, like, I don't know her from nothing. But any woman who can step really, sometimes it's hard to step back and see your partner is the one that you accept it, but you allow them to drag you down. And a lot of times being alone is the reason why we do it, is because we don't want to be alone. But I see her stepping into her power and seeing that, like, yeah, you getting bread with him, but you can get bread by yourself. And yeah, you know what? Divine put him in your life so you can learn these lessons, but Divine would have put anybody in your life so you learn them lessons. He is not, he does not make nor break you, because he did not make you, you know?
Right.
And so I just think it's beautiful to see.
She just wanted to love on him and try to maybe, hopefully, he'll be a better man for her.
And that's that's how narcissists get us.
That's what we all be out here doing. That's why I'm like, bro, how can you be mad at this girl? Like, and I'm not mad at the other baby mother either. I see in both of them. Like, could you imagine? You've been with this boy for 10 years. You done had 2 kids with him, and the second he gets the chance to show his ass, he show it. And got a whole other woman on his arm in the spotlight. Could you imagine? This is a man you've been with since high school.
So you ever heard of Medea? It's a Greek mythology called Medea, right? I was just talking about. So when I was growing up, I was in plays and I played Medea. And Medea, this is the story of Medea, is the story of Blueface baby mama. Medea, she held them down. She was the one. She helped Jason get the golden fleece. You know what I'm saying? She had magical power. She was a gypsy. She was from another land, right? She wasn't a Greek woman. Greek women to her were weak, but she did this for him, right? And when Medea got on that boat and Jason was like, yeah, you know, help me get this fleece and I'm gonna marry you and look out for you and all this stuff. And they, you know, that's what we do. We have their babies, we take care of them. We thinking that, you know, we do all of this, we hold this down, eventually it's gonna come back for us, right? No, what he gonna do, what he wouldn't do. Jason went out, he found, we land here in this place. This king got a young daughter. Well, shit, I can just get with the daughter. I can come to king. The power. It was more about power. You were powerful enough to give me what I needed, but now I want something else. So now I'm going towards the power. But what men and other sources tend to not understand it is the power of a woman scorned is crazy. And the story of Medea, it gets crazy because Medea, again, she's a woman scorned, right? She gave up everything. She actually killed her own brother in order to help Jason get she had to go. So she was what is it, like exiled from her own country. Yeah, she got exiled from her own country. And now she's in this country with this man. And now she's being exiled from this country because she's dangerous. Everybody knows she's a gypsy. So they like, nah, you scaring me. And I'm the king and my daughter's the princess. And you're scaring the shit out of me, so you gotta go because I know your husband is about to marry my daughter, and you gonna do something. So Medea had to maneuver, and it was crazy because most people would think of her as evil or like Kali or like whatever. But what she did was what she needed to do for that person to learn their lesson. Now, Medea, she's. The whole thing was she sacrificed herself. And we women tend to sacrifice ourselves in hopes of the potential of someone, right? Because we'll do so much and think, you know, I did all this. I done rolled the red carpet out. He ain't gonna treat me like shit. Yes, the fuck he is. You know why?
Beyonce.
Yeah, listen, you know why? Because you rolled the red carpet out. You know why? Because you stayed around and you didn't leave when you should have left to prove the point that you can leave. Because anytime that you stick around and you continue to stick around and you continue to stick around, you will continue to be used and abused by a narcissist. You will be taken advantage of to the extent that you lose yourself. And Medea lost herself. And the story goes on, Medea, she ended up making this banging ass cloak, and it was a kind of like the story of the Trojan horse. So she made this cloak and this crown. And so when Jason came, he like, yeah, you gotta go, Medea. You know, he's real arrogant, you know, you gotta go. The king don't want you here. You a death threat, whatever. And so the king comes and he's like, yeah, you gotta go. I'm scared you're gonna do something to my daughter. You gotta go. So Medea has to crawl like she has to beg him, like, please just give me 24 hours. Just give me 24 hours. I just need 24 hours so I can at least know where I'm going. I'm exiled. I gotta find a country to go to, a whole fucking country. Can I get 24 hours? So Foolishly, he gives her 24 hours. She's a fucking gypsy. She has magic. We all have magic within us. And guess what activates it a lot of time? Hurt and pain. And so Medea, this is just in case y'all haven't heard the story. So Medea makes the cloak and this crown. So Jason comes arrogantly like, yeah, Medea, you're going to have to go. You know, the king came through. He told me you're going to have to go. I'm sorry, you know, but you got to go. I want to see my kids, though. So Medea has 2 sons by Jason. And she's like, oh, okay, no problem. Spend time with them. Matter of fact, go ahead and take them to the castle so they can bond with you and your wife. And maybe you'll show some leniency towards them and not exile them the way I'm exiled, right? So he's like, all right, yeah, I'll take the boys with me, but you know, you still gonna have to go. He's still hitting her with the, yeah, but bitch, you gotta go. So she's like, cool. You know what? I ain't even got no hard feelings. Give this beautiful cloak and crown to your beautiful new wife, because I it's a gift from me. So Jason goes on about his way. He goes to the castle. He takes the kids with him to the castle. They hang out, whatever. He brings the kids back. He's like, yeah, I got the bond with the kids. And I started thinking, and I talked to the king, and the king said the kids can stay, but your ass still got to go. So Medea like, no problem. The kids can stay. You love them, don't you? They are like the most precious thing to you, aren't they? He's like, yes, I love my kids. They're amazing. And I thank you for the time you allow me to bond. So he goes back. And as he's on his way back, passing him is a slave, and the slave runs up to the stairs, and he's yelling. He's like, oh my God, like when I was out, I saw this mare, which is like a female horse, just killed this stallion. She just killed them like in the middle of the woods for no reason. He said, then I was running past the lake, and it was blood and fish just coming up the lake, and Medea just looking, she's smiling. She's like, oh, really? What else did you see? And another slave come running and said, Medea, you gotta go. She's like, wait, slow down. Explain to me what's happening. Says, Medea, you gotta go. Because the cloak that you sent over there and the crown that you sent to the castle, well, the princess, she was putting it on, right? And she's like, slow down. I want to hear this story slowly. She put the cloak on. What else happened? It's like, yeah. And then she put the crown on her head. And she's prancing in the mirror and looking at her cloak and just so excited about her new marriage. And all of a sudden the cloak starts to like squeeze around her, and the crown goes into her head, and it starts to like melt into her skin, and she catches on fire. And the king comes in, and he sees his daughter on fire, and he jumps on top of her to try to put the fire out, but the fire's so strong. Now they stuck together, and now they emerge together. Medea, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. That's the slave looking at her, and she just smiling. She just looking at him, and she just smiling. And he's like, what is going on with you, Medea? She's like, nothing. Nothing is out of place. Everything is as it should be. So Medea goes into the house, and she goes into the back, and this is where it gets a little graphic. She goes into the back, and her kids are back there. And there's a nurse who watches over her kids, and she kills her kids. Long story short, Medea killed her kids because they were Jason's kids. And she was that scorned that she actually took the lives of her own children. Now, mind you, this is Greek mythology, y'all. This is Greek mythology. So there's always 2 endings of the story. And the story goes that Medea actually went to Zeus and asked Zeus, which is, you know, the high god, whatever, in mythology, to watch over the souls of her children. And Zeus was like, Zeus was in love with Medea because he saw how gangster she was. He was like, hell yeah. Like, yeah, because I want you to fuck this nigga head up. And so Jason comes, right? Now he's crying. He fucked up. His wife's dead. The king that he wanted to be, he can't be no king because everybody's blaming him, right? His wife's dead. The king's dead. And Jason's there all fucked up. So Jason's standing at the door, but he can't come in because Medea got 2 snakes around the door. Mind you, she's a gypsy woman. She's a witch. She knows her shit. She's standing in the doorway. She tell him, you come in, you dead anyway. So he like, why are you doing this? Like, why am I doing this to you? Really? You left me. You abandoned me. You took me from my father's country, right? You brought me here. You left me for some other woman. So he's like, yo, just bring my kids out here. She's like, oh, you want to see the kids? Oh, I'll go get them. And she brings the babies, the dead bodies out in a wagon, okay, for him to see them. And mind you, she's still between these 2 snakes, and he's losing it all, like everything. He done lost his wife. He done lost the king. Now he done lost his kids. He done lost his initial wife too. He done lost everything. And all it is to say that a woman scorned is a motherfucker. A woman that has been through a lot of stuff, she will do And I'm not saying we're gonna kill, none of us will do that sacrifice. And again, this is a story, but you will do a lot. We will give up a lot for somebody. And they will, I think when people get so close to you, they get so comfortable that they don't even realize the sacrifices that you make, and they'll just walk away. And we got to be strong enough to let people walk away.
Oh yeah.
And we got to be strong enough to be able to walk away without flinching. That's when you are powerful. And I feel like Medea, she got him back in ways that I think later on in life she would even regret. But dealing with a narcissist,
That
baby,
motherfucker still ain't hit no shit.
not at all. He lost everything.
He
Lost
I'm just gonna
everything.
find me another woman and make me some more kids then. That's
And you
all
know
I'm
what?
gonna do.
It never happened for me. He actually died. She gave him a peace and love to you. She gave him a prophecy of what would happen to him, and it actually happened that way. But all of it is to say is like treat the people that treat you right. And sometimes we have to step away to realize that, damn, maybe we are taking advantage of this person, or maybe we are, misusing this person. But there's people out here that are true narcissists, and they ain't never gonna see it until
I was with one for how long? And no matter what you do for them, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much they said they fucking loved you,
Mhm.
honey, there's nothing you could do to change their mindset of how the fuck they view you once they have no more use for you. Okay?
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Nothing. And it's a sad situation to anybody who don't know how to walk away from that with their head held up high. The best thing to do for a narcissist is ignore them and don't pay them no mind, because they crave off of fucking attention,
Yep.
off of manipulating
Yep.
people. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they get that's their life source.
Yep.
That's their life source right there. Once you cut that off from them, though, they ain't got no control, no power. They can't even control themselves for real. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a crazy energy, and I think that also stems from some stuff that happened to them to get them to that point. Because a
Yeah,
lot of times,
they had to create that monster within themselves as a protective barrier for them or whatever.
for
Like,
whatever took place, because I too, I mean, and it's empaths, we attract narcissists. I too attracted a narcissist, and I knew that it was because of it was a trauma bond, it's because of my own trauma. They could see it. It's like a bleeding, it's like you a fish in the water and you bleeding. Sharks gonna see that blood, they're gonna smell it, they're gonna come for it. And so when a narcissist sees an empath and you've been through some things and you ain't healed, then you ask, you like fucking steak with A1 sauce on it. You ask him to be A. So it's like we have to learn to protect our own energy and to be sure that when we have to be prepared for the people that we allow into our lives, because we never know who the narcissists are. Even in the beginning, everybody wears a mask, but we got to be prepared mentally to walk away from anything at any point in time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, don't get too deep into another. When you start seeing them red flags, you gotta leave it alone.
Yep.
And it's hard to leave them red flags alone once you're,
Yeah, because you're in denial.
Whatever,
You calling them pink flags, you calling them, all shades of red, but you won't call them a red flag because you don't want to leave. And a lot of times that's the case because we've been love bombed to death by them. Usually a narcissist will love bomb the shit out of you, when they fuck up, or they'll make promises and all of that good stuff. But at the end of the day, we just got to learn how to love ourselves way more than we love anybody outside of ourselves. When you do that, you will attract people that love you truly and honestly, because they ain't gonna want to see you hurting. But it takes healing, and I think healing takes a long time, and people just don't want to be alone.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of recuperation like that when you have to sit with yourself. You know what I'm saying, and you recap on everything that you've been through. The best times I've had with myself was when I had left out of a relationship and I had to sit with my fucking self. You know what I'm saying, and really reevaluate the whole situation, the whole relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit, all those second thoughts I was second guessing about, shit, whatever, they were deemed to be fucking true. You know what I'm saying? Everything, like, my intuitions, you know. I had to learn to listen to my intuitions more. You know, my intuition was never wrong.
Nope.
No.
I also had to take some responsibility. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the narcissist I was with, he fed my ego too. I had a little narcissism in me too. I like to
Yes.
be in charge. I like to be in control. And when I'm dating somebody like this, I can stay in charge. A man that got his stuff together not gonna let me be in charge the way I'm in charge over here. This man rely on me. He depend on me. I rule all this shit.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, I'll argue with you and stuff like that. You know, if I keep it 100 with myself, I low key kind of like the perks that I get from being with a person like this. You know?
Yep, that's true. That's true too. Take that responsibility of you allowed that because there are certain things that you were receiving from that person that was feeding your ego. Absolutely. I can agree with that.
I got to plan and organize everything without objection and shit. It was great. And then, you know, there's such a narcissist. As soon as we get to argument, that's the first thing you want to bring up. Oh, you got control issues. Nigga, you don't do anything. Where do you want to be in life? What are your goals? What are you doing? What's this? What's that? You don't have no answers. I got answers. So let's just go where I want to go. But then, you know, you had that, like my sister was telling me earlier, because my sister always telling me that I date beneath me. Yeah,
Oh,
because I get to be in control.
absolutely. No,
I get to give myself a false sense of control.
you know what? Sunshine, I think as much as we have opposite signs, we are a lot of fucking alike. The things you said, like even earlier, I am learning it at my ripe young age of to not take things personally. Like it'll be little shit and I just take it personally. And I know that like that person may not even be thinking about me, but I didn't took the shit personally. But also what you just said, and I want you to recap what you just said because it just flipped through. But what you just said is so true. Say it again. Say what you just said.
Oh, how my sister, she's saying I date beneath me.
Yes.
And I do date beneath me.
Yes. Why? Why? Say it again. Why?
A false sense of control. I like
absolutely.
If you're a cheater, you're a polyamorous cheater, that's cute. So that means when I want to be left alone, I can ghost you for 30 to 90 days. And you would be occupied over there. Do what you want. And when I'm ready to pop up, I'll pop up. I still have a false sense of control. So you think you're doing something amazing. You're not. I'm in my bubble doing my thing. And I'll hit you up when I feel like it. And in my realm, I still get to leave while you're asleep. I don't have to do all the shit that I did for 9 years, right? Wash your clothes and make your doctor's appointments and, you know, pay attention to your stomach and stuff because you don't know what your bodily functions feel like and keep all your paperwork together and all this shit. I don't have to do any of that shit while you go pillow talk with the next girl. Now I get to be the next girl that gets pillow talked to. I love it here.
Yes, see this Facebook user, I don't see your name, I'm sorry, but it says that makes sense. You just revealed me to me. Laugh out loud. My reflection told me that I like to be in control. He said that I'm used to old relationships having to guide them and tell them what to do. He said, you don't have to do that for me. Laugh out loud. Oh, Mel. So see, you know what? That's so true. That control thing, because like my ex-husband, right? He was young. He was younger than me. He was like 6 years younger than me. And then I was already making over $100,000. I was able to do everything by myself. So like my thing was control.
Goddamn God is over here the
fuck. My thing with control was to be with somebody that I didn't feel like you're not going to cheat on. How you going to cheat on me when I'm doing everything? That gives me the control of like, look at me. I got all of this going for me and I'm older than you. So you're not going, but that really was no control because they still going to do what they want to do. And it doesn't make you feel safe. Honestly, you should really date within your level. Because when you level down, when you settle for less, you end up with less than what you settled for. And I had to learn that from being married to somebody who was, again, I'm not going to talk too much bad about him, but he was definitely not on the same level as me. And he knew that too. And he took advantage of that. He was like, okay, well, shit, she got it. And me feeling like, yeah, I got it, made me have to have it every single time. I had nobody to have my back. I had nobody that I really can depend on. And now I'm sitting here supporting somebody or taking care of them and supporting their dreams, and nobody gives a shit about my dreams. And I'm doing all of this so I can have some control, which I have no control over what is going on. So it is a false sense of control when you date below you to think that you're going to get control. And I like dating now. I like who I'm dating now. You know why? Because there is no control. I have to learn this person and they have to learn me, and we have to deal with who we are as a people. I can't change you. You can't change me. We either compromise to come to where we want to be, or we just stubbornly stand there until we make it happen. But no, we're so much more mature, and I have more of a sense of, I don't really want to be in control. I want to be in love. So being in control is not important to me anymore. Being in true like partnership is more important to me. But I had to learn that shit. It took me a minute to even see that I was doing that. I was dating below me just so I can have control. Like I wanted to be able to be the one in control of things. Like I took care to be like, ain't nothing no nigga can tell me type of shit. Like, no. That's not right. That's not what you want. You think that's what you want because you don't understand that like love is not about control. Love is about a choice that you make every fucking day. Like you make the same choice to love that person every day, even if they get on your motherfucking nerves. I love to see that old man standing there with the umbrella. He pissed off, but he's still holding the umbrella over the old lady. That's the kind of love I'm looking for. We don't have to always get along, but you're going to love me either way. Even if you're mad at me, you still going to love me because you love me for real. See, when I love you for real, you can say some shit that offend me, but I still love you, but I'm mad. You know, I might not like you right now, but I'm still loving you. I'm still going to love you. I'm still not going to let the rain hit you. And I was too busy trying to get control, because to me that was a version of love that I saw. Like, well, if he didn't do this, if he do what I tell him to do, that must be love. No, that's not love. That's control. It's not love.
I agree. I'm definitely like getting out of that space with like trying to control somebody with my emotions, because I used to think that like, oh, when you do this, it makes me feel like this. And so you should stop doing it so I can stop feeling like this. Like, and it's like, you can't control other people. If somebody's doing something and it makes you feel like that, then you have to make a decision. What are you going to do with that feeling? What are you going to do with this experience? Like, it was no self-accountability there for a while. It was always, but he did, but he said, but he don't, just like you say, you have no right to say nothing to me about nothing because blah, 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 blah. Like, and I never did none of that to you, but you did all it. Like, I have the receipts. Like, I could, I could name the women, the dates and everything like that. Like, it just gave me the ammo I needed. Every time you thought you were about to bark at me, no, sit down. Because this, that, and the third, and on May 3rd, you did this or whatever, so you don't get to do shit. You don't get to say shit. And I wasn't willing to see that, but that's what was happening. And so I was creating an environment that was easy for him to do what he was doing. It was easy for me to do what I was doing, but it wasn't good. And then like I was seeing like how it was affecting, especially my oldest son. Like I'm showing him this and normalizing this shit to him, and he just watching. And it's so crazy because like in those spaces and stuff, he didn't speak. But once me and that partner broke up, but I got a mouthful. Mind you, I got a 22 life path son. So he's a 22 to my 11. So this man let me have it. You heard me. I was having it, just everything he observed, this, that, and the third. And it was just like, oh, so you could see what was happening. And you
right. Because he's standing from the outside and he's that 22, he can see it. That's and like it's more difficult when you don't really have an example of what it is you know. Like if you know people who grew up seeing what love's supposed to be like, and when you don't know and you just trying to figure shit out, you want to do what's comfortable for you. And that feels like love. Like, okay, if I ain't got to worry about nothing and all this if I feel safe, then I feel love. But safety not necessarily love either. Because somebody can make you feel like they not doing them, but they doing something the whole time. Love is love. Love is love. Like love really honestly is about just really being able to accept people as they are, and everything else will fall into place. Because if you really truly, and I actually just had this conversation today, and the question was, Do I think I'm too much? And the answer to that is I am never too much for the right person. I'm too
Right.
much for the wrong person though. I'm
Right.
way too fucking much. Cause I'm way too much. I'ma think too much. I'ma love too hard. But the right person is gonna understand that shit. They're not gonna give a fuck that I'm overthinking. They're gonna try to bring that shit in. They're gonna see, they're gonna see it, they're gonna understand it. But anybody that's not for you, you're gonna be too much for. You know, that you're gonna have to bend over, you're gonna have to do shit that you shouldn't even have to do for love. You know, like you said, you can't make people do certain things, but there's certain things people will not do out of respect for you if they love you. You shouldn't have to tell them not to do it. You should have to
Right.
manipulate them into doing it. You shouldn't have to make more money than them so they can feel more like you shouldn't have to do that. Because honestly, all of that shit is manipulation. Control is manipulation to try to make somebody fit into where you want them to fit when that's not who they are. If they were supposed to
Right.
fit into that box, they would fit. And if they not who you need them to be, there's a billion other people to choose from.
Right. Right. That's where I be at, like compartmentalizing the love realm, because I love everybody, but my romantic attention is very selective. It doesn't take much to turn me off, and and I'll still love you. Like majority of my exes are not blocked on anything. They can still hit me up. We still be checking up on each other because I genuinely love you.
Right.
I still share a lot of their shit. Like y'all don't even know some of these dudes are my exes because it was no. I don't give a
No
fuck.
bad
I
blood.
still love you. Like, and I fall in love easy. I'm in Leo rising. I just be out here in love. Like, my name is
I am a
Sunshine.
Leo
I love
North
you.
Node. I feel you. And I'm a Pisces. Love, I love.
Love. I love love. I love love.
I love love too.
That's why I move the way I move with my romantic attention, because I know the two lines can get muddy. I can love you and care about you and your well-being, but I can't sit in your space and treat you like this wounded baby sheep that my love wants to, and you be my man at the same time.
Right.
So now, especially in the field that I'm in, I have to have these boundaries. Like if you come into me for services, I know, for my psychology background, it's normal for you to fall in love with the person that's giving you psychological advice, spiritual advice, or whatever. That's easy for you. Now, my goofy ass, I be in love. I find you attractive to that. I have to learn how to not blur those lines. You can't come to me for help and want to be my partner at the same time. Like that love got to be separate. You got to have your own healer.
Got you.
It's
Yeah.
two different realms. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can vent to me. You can come to me. Come talk to me about what you talk to your healer or your therapist about. Like, let's dialogue about it. I'll tell you what I talk to my Ifa priest about or whatever fuck. Like, let's talk. But like to put that on me and then want me to still like be attracted to you and want to lay down next to you and all that stuff like that. It's just it can only go but so far. And I feel that about you too. Like I still need a healer. You can't be my therapist, bro. You could be my best friend. You could be my the person I talk to at the end of my day, how my day is going and stuff like that. But when it comes to like me looking for healing from you, I can't do that's not fair to you. I can't expect that from you. That's not cool. And then I still want you to be attracted to me. It'll be blurred lines there between now you being my parent. What's that Kelly Price song? I'm your woman, not your mom, or some shit like that. Not your mother, I'm your woman. Song. It's one of the motherfucking things. But that's how I be feeling. Like it and that's what it turns into. Like now I'm your caretaker. And your healer, and I gotta keep you my little porcelain doll now, and I gotta keep you in this space always. And breaking up with you or telling you when things hurt my feelings, or telling you I disagree with certain things, certain choices, certain habits and stuff like that, while still keeping in mind all the shit you're dumping on me as your healer, that's not.
Yeah.
That can't live in the same space.
I agree with that. I just recently, and I'm telling y'all, I mean, like this week came up in my mind that like my partner cannot be my safe space for everything, because that's not fair to my partner. They don't know how to handle everything. And if they don't know how to handle it, I can't be mad at my partner for not being able to be everything for me, because that's not what they was designed for. They were designed to be my partner. They support me, but they can't They can't give me the answers to everything. And that's why you have certain different friends, different healers, different people in your life to provide different types. And I personally had to step back, right? I had to step back and say, you are pissed about something that is not that person's fault, because they can't jump in your body and make this thing go away for you, and you want them to. You want to be able to talk to this person and everything just be okay because you talk to them. And that's so much responsibility to put onto one person. And shout out to the Facebook user, a male, who said they not nod their head so much that they neck hurt because they agreed. I feel you, because I think a lot of times, again, the things that we were taught are not the things that we learn as we grow up. And we have never really been taught about love versus control versus lust versus anything. We just been like, if somebody asks you what is love, they'll be like, oh, it's, everybody's version of love is so different. And so it's this like mysterious, mystical thing. And then we get to make up our own definition. No, I may not be able to tell you what love is, but I can tell you what love is not. And love is not control. Love is not boastful. Love is not, selfish. Love is so much bigger. And I just, again, had this conversation with someone about the word. A lot of people don't even like to use the word love no more because it's been so overused and abused. But at the end of the day, real love is about something. So it's like the word itself, it can't encompass what love really is. Like I'm really, for the first time in my life, really experiencing what real love is. And that shit is so powerful, because it's like, no matter what that person does, if they love me or don't love me back, that has nothing to do with the love that I give and what I choose. You know what I'm saying? If somebody hurts you, like I just said earlier, never regret the love that you give, because that's genuine. What somebody else's does, love is not dependent on other person loving you back. Love is just love. So, and control is control. And we have to start to realize that control and love cannot exist at the same time, because you don't want to control something that you love. Just like my daughter was walking up to a flower and I said, don't pick it. If you love it, let it be. You can always come back and smell it. It's always going to be there. You can water it. You can talk to it. But when you pick it, you are being selfish. You want that flower to yourself so much that you will pull it out of its natural environment, take it away from its roots, and allow it to only live for a certain amount of time just so you can have that moment. Versus when you love something, you allow it to be itself in its natural environment and bloom exactly whenever it's supposed to bloom. And you love and accept it at that. It's not disrespectful to you. It is being itself. And if you really truly love it, you will cherish it as it is. And I had to tell my daughter, that was probably too deep for an 8-year-old to understand.
Flower, and then she
mom. I'm like, do not pick it, because love doesn't. You don't need to own something to love it. Like you can always have the memory of it. You could always think about how, or go, you can always go back and check on it, but you don't have to own. You can't own anything and love it at the same time, because love is free.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's why I compartmentalize love and romantic attention. Because let me tell you, my romantic attention is jealous, is boastful. I love attention. You better give it to me. My love is Leo rising. Don't play with me. My love is monogamous. My love is possessive, and I do love to be possessed. Yes, this is yours, love. All of that.
Yes, I agree with that. And you know what? I do. When I'm with my partner, like that's it, like we together. And I like a little jealousy. Don't make me feel like you're not a little jealous.
I like nonchalant energy.
Don't give me that shit. That like, oh no, it's all good, baby. That nonchalant shit don't work for me. That shit. I need you to be just as crazy and passionate about me as I am you. So like, what the fuck is that bitch looking at?
Love.
You say what?
I want Whitney and Bobby love.
Oh, you want that crazy?
Yeah, that's what I want.
You want that crazy in love.
I'm waiting for someone to come in my life and let me be that, because that is my natural self. It's my natural self. She's a Leo. I'm a Leo rising. She's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. I get it.
I feel you. And that's that real love shit. Like when you just like, yeah. I want to be with somebody who allows me to be me. And you know, like I'm a sappy. If I cry, I don't need you to be like, man, toughen up. Listen, bitch, I'm going to toughen up, okay? Because I cry first, but I'm gonna be tough later. But you need to allow me to be able to cry. You know, just like if you don't cry, I need to allow you to be able to go through whatever emotions and still support you through it. I can't control who you are. All I could do is be there for you. And we are here to experience each other. Like, I am so grateful to have come into this life and been able to experience Sunshine Monet L. Even though we are the same, I'm experiencing you as you. Just like you are experiencing Foxxi Roxxi as me. And I get to experience male as male. And everybody gets to experience, like, we supposed to cherish that you are an individual and you get to be who you are and cherish that. Don't try to change it, because everybody's supposed to be the same, but we would have been made the same, you know, and you wouldn't have met that person if they weren't supposed to be in your life. So whatever it is they're bringing, even if it's drama, allow it. Like they say, anybody knock on your door, answer it. They might come to the door with a gun. Then it's your time to go. Don't be afraid to answer the door though, because everything, every message, everything happens for a reason. You know, I'm a big believer in that. That's why I named my shit Pronoia, because I believe that everything is happening for you, even if it don't seem like it. You know, I went through some rough ass shit as a child, but if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like I wouldn't give so much. I wouldn't give two fucks about y'all. I wouldn't care about y'all enlightenment and all of that. But because nobody cared about my enlightenment, I care so much about other people's enlightenment. So like everything we go through, it's so purposeful. It is every single thing. Like there's a book I got, it's called The Tipping Point, and it talks about how a bug can't even sneeze in the forest without it affecting everything else. Like that leaf hit this and this hit this and that hit that and that tree fell and this happened and that man was behind the tree and his family's dead. Now he's dead. His wife remarried somebody else. They had another baby and that baby was supposed to be born. Like everything happened from that one little tiny thing. So nothing is by chance. And so we need to be grateful for every experience, even the bad ones, even the losses that we think we're taking. We never lose. We never lose.
Nope.
We either learn or we loving. Like we loving or we learning. We never losing.
Nope. Never lose.
Never.
I never lost.
I ain't never took a loss. Ever, ever, ever. It's lessons. Absolutely. Absolutely,
I'm really
man.
enjoying my experiences. I like my experiences. I do miss having a person. Even though our relationship was toxic, it wasn't all bad. We had good parts. It was nice to, you know, have somebody pillow talk with and shit, even though I was telling the truth and this person was gaslighting. You know, but it was still fun. And I knew in the back of my head he was gaslighting, but it was still fun to have somebody to talk to.
And Sunshine, I was just having this conversation too. And women, ladies, if you're in the building, let me know. But I feel like, and I know men, they pick up stuff from us too, but I think we pick up more. Like, this is just me. Maybe it's because I'm a woman, so I can only speak from my perspective. But every partner that I've had has taught me something, right? They have taught me something. Like my first, like Brooklyn's dad taught me how to steal. He did. He told me when you steal in their face. Like you don't try to hide and steal. You're gonna take something
that's like it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, you boom, boom, boom.
That's from a Scorpio.
See? And they bring stuff to the table. Right, they teach you things. Like he taught me, like always a wink link in the chain. When I was first learning how to drive, he'd be like, man, get out the back lane, just keep going. Somebody in the front is gonna be a gap. It's always a gap. It's always a weak link, right? Then like my another partner of mine, they taught me how to laugh. He was the most goofiest motherfucker I ever met, but I learned how to laugh at the most stupidest things, and now dumb shit makes me laugh. But I never used to laugh at that until I met this person, and every partner I've had has involved me. And now the partner that I'm working with now, spiritually, I've never had nobody who opened me up spiritually to so much about who I am by just allowing me to be myself. Everybody was trying to teach me different things, but this person is actually trying to teach me how to just be myself. Like, you like that? That's cool. You can like that. Like, you don't have to worry about if I like it or she like it or they like it. This person is allowing me to actually just be myself. And that's a beautiful experience. But I feel like every man who is coming to our lives, women, like even your lingo, your slang, you ever been around your partner and now you start picking up on his words, you talking like him, you got a little gangster like him, you know, you do things, he be like, damn, that's kind of cute. Look at her, she acting just like him. But that's I think that those are the beautiful things that we get to take along with us in this journey that mold us to become who we are. Because again, now when I drive gangster, I know there's going to be a weak link in the chain. Thank you, Chris. Oh, I laugh at stupid shit. Thank you, Jamani. But now I'm open about spiritual. Yeah, I get grateful. Yeah, I'm so grateful for my past partners. Even though my ex, he was abusive, there were I can't just look at that. What else did I learn? What did I learn along the way? It ended like this. And then when I think about that, I take responsibility to a certain extent because I held on so long that spirit said, man, we got to really fuck you up to make you let go. Like, I take responsibility. Yes, he fucked up, but I should have let go a long time ago. It should have never even got to that. But it's because I want to hold on so tight. Again, it's the control. It's the control. Like, ain't nobody gonna get my husband. This is my husband. Like, girl, that is not your husband. He was your husband for that period of time because you were supposed to have them babies. That time is done. That is not your husband. That's somebody else's problem. Let him go. But I didn't want to. And then it's like holding on to a car when somebody's trying to steal the car from you. If you hold on, you're gonna get drugged behind that motherfucker. Let it go. Let it go. It's not yours no more. Let it go. It's like a crystal. You still looking for that crystal? That crystal gone because it's not yours no more. Whoever needed it, they gonna find it. It's not your crystal. It never was yours. People don't belong to you. So they're either in your life forever or they're gonna come and go. But we gotta start being able to let them go.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to let go. I've been trying to keep people forever. I like the stability. I like the stability. I will say the last person that I dated and I'm kind of still talking to now, there's no control there. I can't control him. I don't want to. I said that from the rip. This is practicing. Gotta get out of control. I like having a plan for things. I feel like if we're sharing time and energy, we should at least have an idea of where this is going. And I really can't stand the go with the flow shit. It's just a lot of shit that I can't fucking stand. And I don't really want to learn, but it's a dope experience. Like, this is what it's like to have this and not be in control and to just go with the flow. And that's cool, but that's not what I want. So,
no, I feel you.
Like a dope experience to say, like,
it is.
Because I do still take little pieces out of it that is like, I do like this. I like the fact that I'm out of control on this. And I let these certain parts just go with the flow. That was cool. Having a little bit more patience with, the transitions and things. Like, it's little things out of it is cool. But like, big picture, I want to be with somebody that knows what they want. And they're actually making moves towards it and showing me moves and affirmations towards it. Otherwise, like, I feel like I'm wasting my time because you're finna go do whatever you want to do at any moment. And that doesn't feel like I need to hold on or, whatever. But it's just like,
what am I waiting for?
Me here. Yeah, there's no security. I like security and stability to a certain extent. Like, if I feel like this is just like a passerby thing, then you can't text me every day. Don't text me good morning every morning. Don't ask me about my kids. Don't do any of that stuff that you're doing. Just let it be what it is. And I be in my mindset because I don't know if that's okay or not, because all these people are just like free love and I don't know. My Virgo energy feels like a lot of that free love shit that a lot of people are doing is an excuse for them to lack accountability in how they treat people. Like, you're not committing yourself to anything. Like, you don't commit to anything. Like, everything is just like, I woke up and my spirit said not today. So, but you're not putting in this consideration that your word is your bond, and you gave these people your bonds, and you're not keeping up to it. Like, that bothers me, and I don't know if it's because I'm a dinosaur, but like,
no. But you know what? It's also because a lot of people want to say they don't want this, a lack of commitment, but I want everything else. So I want you to act like my woman. I want you to lay up with me like my woman. I want you to talk to me on a regular basis. I want to do everything that we're supposed to do, but we don't want to put any titles on it. And that shit, who the fuck wants to do that? We want stability, right? I personally started a situationship, and I thought, like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm too old for this type of shit. And like, honestly, because I've never been in nothing like that. Like, honestly, if a man wants me, like, because look at me, fuck you mean? You want me? You better make it clear you want me. Like, you better lock it down, because baby, there's a million motherfuckers standing in line. In my head, like, I'm like, what? So to be in a situation where somebody is like, let's take our time, to me, that's like red flag, red flag. This nigga trying to play with you and waste your time, and he don't know what he want and all these things. But then again, we have to look at everybody as an individual, right? We have to see where they are and where they're coming from in life. And at first, that was the red flag for me. Like, I'm not pumping my brakes. I'm not waiting on you. I'm not doing none of this because you're not even willing to name this shit anything. You just like, let's go and see how things work out. That only lasts for a certain amount of time in your mind because I need stability. I can't just be, what is this? And then every time somebody come up to me, I'm not supposed to talk to them, but I can't tell them that I'm with somebody because we not really naming this. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that's such a
that
weird
shit gets,
limbo for me. I hate it there. That's confusion.
I don't like it there. It is confusion, but I also believe that when I went through that was a learning experience for me to not be need to be so in control of what things are going to happen. Just see if it's going to, because when it happened like that, first thing I could think about was all my friends who was like, girl, don't get caught up in that shit, nigga. It's never going to go anywhere because they're going to always play on that. Right. Like, but my subconscious was like, just, Raquel, you're so used to things playing out this way. You have to step back and just see how this itself will play out. And I didn't want to because I'm used to, again, I'm used to getting that commitment up front. But when I look at everybody who gave me the commitment up front, did they stick by that commitment? And they did not. So maybe this person is pumping their brakes because they know they want something real, but they need to take their time in getting into it. And like sometimes that's really is the truth. And so sometimes we really have to look at every single person individually and not look at it as, oh, you on that situationship bullshit, where people all coming from different traumas and things and ways of healing. And there's lessons that we have to learn from these people. So I took a chance on just playing the hand that I was dealt. And luckily it did turn into something more, but it not always turn out that way. And, I was scared it wasn't. I'm scared I was wasting my time. I was scared that a lot of things were going through my mind. Like, what if this person doesn't eventually, like I'm spending a whole year and a half, 2 years dealing with this person. And what if this shit don't never turn out, or we never have conversations that turn into something more. Right. But I also had faith that like, I had to trust my intuition that I knew it was going to, I knew. Like, how but you just like, I'm waiting for this person to know type shit. And it was like, my spirit just was like, no, it's not that they don't know. It's that I need to teach you patience. I need to teach you patience. I need you to understand that everything is not going to work out the way. Remember, you said you can ask for certain things, but you have no control over the way they come. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what the fuck happened to me. It was like, I wrote this shit out and I got it, but it didn't come the way I wanted it. I wanted it clean, wrapped up in a bow, and just boom, the way I wrote it. And it was like, does it matter that it's not in that box and bow? It's exactly what you asked for. If I put it in a clear plastic bag and gave it to you, it's still what you asked for. But it was like, I had to deal with the fact that it didn't come pretty. It didn't come what I wanted, but it actually did end up being exactly what I asked for.
That's a good revelation. I like that.
I mean, it took trust, it took patience, and it took me understanding that if it didn't turn into that, I'm okay too. I had to become okay with the decision that I made to either stick around and see what it became, and if it didn't become something, be okay with that too. I had to make up all of that shit in my head because every day it was an everyday challenge. Since I would be like, oh my God, I don't feel good today. Why? Because I'm up here and here trying to tell myself like I'm not getting what I need, and spirit is like, because you're not pumping your brakes. You actually, things are transpiring behind the scenes, but you gotta be patient. So sometimes it's not bullshit, so sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. And the thing is, we gotta trust that inner teacher, that intuition, right?
It's the trust. I got so much trauma in me.
I know.
don't want to waste my time again. And then it'd be like the trust also involves, like it or not, doing some cartwheels past some red flags. Because, like I said, you don't get the control to have. It's not in the box, in the bow you asked for it. It got you gave this shit to me in a brown paper bag. What the fuck am I supposed to do with a brown paper bag? I'm the only one supposed to do, like, this is a red flag how you delivered it to me. So I'm supposed to trust this red flag you just sent me and just sit through it and say,
Right.
Let me give this like 400 to 500 business days
Right.
and see where it goes and be cool. Like, I'm not cool. I like to plan and organize. What are your
Yes.
intentions? What's the mission statement here? And then I need updates. And then I
Right.
need updates
Yes.
in between the updates just in case something changed.
Yes.
And I need that volunteered sometimes because
Yes.
if you don't volunteer it, I'm assuming you don't give a fuck enough to communicate. And
Yes.
it can't just be me inquiring all the time. Because
Oh my God.
I feel like me inquiring is burdensome and I'm being weird. When we could just regularly both want to have this conversation. And why don't we both want to have this conversation? Are you wasting my time?
Man, I know.
Like, bro, I don't want to do this. Like, I need you to be like a little bit more in tune with my energy because I'm very much in tune with yours. I think. I don't know.
Yes. No,
But
I feel you.
I just need like that mutual excitement for our relationship. And maybe this isn't the person to give that to me. Maybe this is the person to teach me patience for the next person that I have to be patient for. I don't fucking
That
know.
happens too. And that happens too. It prepares us for that. But that person won't take as long, but it will be the same type of test. It'll be like, okay, well, but it just the you have learned how to maneuver. And usually it happens right before. It's that person right before. It's like, all right, here's the last one. Let's see if you can get through this one. But I think things always work out in our favor. And everything we go through is to teach us and to prepare us to be a better partner. You know, I told my partner, every person before you is practice. Every person before that person you're supposed to be with is teaching you how to be the person you should be for that person. So it's gonna take some trials and tribulations. And when that person come, I don't care about what they've been through to find me, because I've been through some shit to find you. So let's just make this shit happen. Like,
facts. I don't want no more struggle of. Don't drag me through your shit while you're healing, while you're closing up things. If you still in the process of closing things up, don't hit me up, bro. Go close them shits up and then hit me up. I don't want
no more struggle love.
No more struggle love, because then you still bouncing back and forth and you don't want to let them go and you still got emotional time. I don't want to be in the midst of none of that. And that be like another thing too. I don't be want to put nobody else in the midst of that. So it's like, while my emotions and stuff still be hung up on this person, like, is he gonna give me that conversation today? Is he gonna do that thing today? Is he doing that? Meanwhile, the misters are coming around. I literally get hit on a good 5 to 6 times a day.
Yeah.
Like, maybe 3 times. 3 times is a minimal day that I get hit on. Between the virtual reality, the locations I be at, as soon as I get off stage, when I'm at my table vending. You know, it's just regular. When I do readings, when I'm doing my planetary forecast, like, it's never ending. It's always someone in my face. And so my Leo energy be like, is this the one? Are we here? Is this the one? Am I in love now? Is this the... It's always like that, but it's like a big part of me be like waiting for, like, bro, you see all these niggas in my face and you still want to be over there taking your time? Like, is that what we doing? Like, are we for real?
Think a lot of times, sometimes the reason why they do that shit though is because we don't do that though. We don't say, look at all these niggas in our face, or we become so...
that person.
You don't want to be that person, but you become so faithful to somebody who has not given you a reason to be so faithful that they know you're not fucking with nobody else. So they like, this cool right here. This right here is cool. Like, you're not fucking with nobody. You just fucking with me. I can still do whatever I want because you still being faithful to me. Now, if you were still playing the game and you out here dating a whole bunch of other people, they'd be ready to lock your ass down. But because you not, and you up here just focusing on them, why the fuck buy the cow when you getting the milk for free? I'm getting the sex, I'm getting the loyalty, I'm getting the wife treatment. Why the fuck I gotta put a title on this shit? And a lot of times that's the mentality, and that's why I say fuck it, date until you ready to mate. Like, unless this motherfucker is saying, like, you are mine and I am yours and we are together and I ain't afraid to let everybody fucking know you my cousin. You my cousin until then. I don't know you, cuz. What's up, cuz? When we around other folks, you my cousin. Because until you can be open about who I am to you, no,
Yeah,
I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to be faithful to you because that's when they hold. I promise you, young. If you out here dating all these dudes, they gonna be one. They no, I don't want you dating other people. But it's when you cut everybody off for him, he almost think that you can't get nobody else. Nigga, I can get 10 of you in one day.
I can effortlessly. It's so annoying.
Like, you know how many times a day I'm blowing motherfuckers off in Benzes just to talk to you and you walking? Shut up.
I'm blowing
Shut up.
off some great things here, and I don't know why. And I'm asking the universe, like, bro, am I doing the right thing? I'm trying to be patient. Is this what patience looks like?
No. Sometimes sometimes the answer from universe is no. Stop passing up the great things. Go out with the great things, because honestly, the right one is gonna pass you the fuck by because you over there being faithful to the wrong one. Sometimes that's the case. Because again, dating is not dating one person. Dating means dating until we're together and you say, I fucks with you, you fucks to me, and we are only fucking with each other. If you can't make that commitment that we're growing together and we got somewhere we want to go together, then motherfuckers, this is free range. We're dating. This is free range. I should be able to date the next person until I thought, because if I want something real, how am I going to find it with somebody who don't want it? And then you got me on lockdown. No, right. You fun for now. I'll keep having fun with you, but I'm about to go out here and keep my options open because you and me don't want the same shit.
Well, my September finna be fun as fuck and very interesting because niggas keep falling in love with me and I don't understand why.
I do. I'm in love with you, and I don't even like girls. I'll be like, oh, look at Sunshine, go girl.
I don't like hurting people's feelings. Men are very sensitive. I feel like they're more sensitive than we are. Like
that's why you got so many killings and shit. That's some sensitive shit.
Yeah, it's like a little baby doll. Like I just hate the way it makes me feel. Like, look, you hurt his feelings.
Right.
I'm so sorry. Like now I can't sleep at night.
Oh.
Now I'm like, cause yo, I'll kid you not, I turned 30. This boy, damn, I'm sorry, he was a man. This man hit me up about some shit I did in 5th grade. Like I remember, but he was in the boy was in 8th grade. Like, bro, like you're younger than me, an 8th grader. The fuck you think I'm about to do? Like, come on now. So I started dating the 8th grader, but karma beat my ass because then the 8th grader, like a month or 2 later, ended up moving to New York, and I never saw him again.
Aww.
So it wasn't even, and then he was weird the whole time. He kept trying to have sex, and I wasn't there in my life. Yeah, I didn't care about that stuff. So I'm like, bro, what are we talking about? You want to just kiss on the way to the bus or something like everybody else does? Like, you want to do all that? Like my dad doesn't let me outside after school. Like this is the only time I socialize.
Right.
Like, the fuck are we talking about? So that was, that situation. But like, bro, I'm 30 years old. Did you really just hit me up to talk about what I did in middle school?
Right.
I didn't even know your feelings were hurt. You didn't even tell me back then you were hurt.
People carry shit.
I didn't even know you were really boyfriend and girlfriend back then either. So I'm just like blown out of this world. I was like fucking 10, 11. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
And so and when that happened, and then a lot of times before then, just talking to other men, and they still be off of like the girl they talked to in kindergarten or middle school, or the shit their mom said to them when they were 2 or something. Like, bro, like, you guys are fragile as fuck.
There are a lot of people. Yeah, and a lot of times and you know why? Because a lot of times they hold the pain of what they've done to. It's not always just what somebody's done to them, but what they've done. A lot of times they don't even talk about it until it comes out in relationships because they never heal from it. So now they get with somebody else, and now you dealing with that, and you don't even know what it is. You don't even know where it's coming from. And a lot of times they don't even really want to talk about it. The last narcissist that I dealt with actually told me he basically described what he did to his last girlfriend and turned around and did the exact same thing. Why? Because he's replaying every relationship that he is in and is going to be that same relationship. He's just going to keep trying to fix it in different ways because he ain't realized that he got to heal from that shit. And you're going to keep replaying that shit over and over again. I'm not her, but you trying to treat me like her. I'm not her. You trying to heal through me some shit that don't even belong to me.
I felt that over and over again with guys I've been dating the last few years. Like you just told me how I usually date men with kids because I don't like to date men that don't have kids because then they want kids and I don't want kids. I got big kids. I've done it. I did it already. I'm good. I love being a mom, but I can't wait for the grandkids. That's what I'm ready for.
Right.
So, I'm past that. So I always date dudes with kids, and they always give me the sob story. They always want me on their team. We hate the baby mom, and I pay attention to that too because as many disagreements as I have with my child's father, at the end of the day, that's family. That's family. I love him, and my love is unconditional. I shouldn't have to explain that. You don't gotta worry. I'm not attracted to him. I feel nothing for him. It's so weird to look at this person and say, yeah, I was with this man for 9 years and feel nothing, but I don't. I feel absolutely nothing. It's like I'm talking to my brother or something, but I love him. And so I have that conversation from the gate. But then to hear how they be talking, I don't talk to her. I'm trying to get my kid. I'm trying to do this. It's just a lot of drama and toil and then I see when I'm going through things with the person that I'm having with the person I'm co-parenting with, it's kind of like they're a bitter friend. I never had no bitter girlfriends that be like, yeah, fuck him. I never had that. I never circled myself around those kind of friends. All my friends were work out on a relationship. This is what you could do. This is da-da. But them, they'd be like, yeah, fuck him. And I don't know if there'll be insecurity speaking or da-da-da. But it's that's how you treat your baby mom. I'm not about to treat my baby. I don't even like saying baby dad. I think that's weird. I'm not treating this man like that. That's not what I want. I'm stuck with this man for the rest of my life. It's not just about my child turning 18. We're going to have grandkids together. We're going to have great grandkids together. We're always going to be together. Always. For the rest of even in the afterlife, we're going to be together because our kids are just going to keep replicating both of our DNA together. We're together. That's it. And I don't think people think about shit that deep when they have kids with people, but we are together forever. Forever, ever. So there's a certain level of energy you gotta have about that, and it ain't no I hate this nigga. Da, da, da. It's just it's like you said, unconditional love. And so I don't really, like you said, paying attention to how they talk about their exes and stuff, and I also pay attention to how they talk about their mothers and their grandmothers because you are not exempt. A lot of them don't even like to do shit for their mothers. They don't like to do shit for their mothers. They don't like to do shit for their grandmothers. It's always some weird excuse. It's always going back down to what they did when they were 2 years old or in second grade or whatever the fuck. And now that I'm in my 30s, 40 years old, I still feel like I shouldn't have to do that. And mind you, at this point, their mothers is frail. They ain't got so you can change, grow, and evolve. I don't see much of that happening, so I know why you got left in the first place. But your mom can't change, grow, and evolve. You can't forgive your mom and see her for where she is and that she needs your help and this, that, and she's trying. You can't give her that space from where she's at because she don't know crystals and she don't read the Kabbalah or know about the Netarus. Her spiritual growth, her evolution as a person isn't good enough, and I think that's real religious, with this spiritual community. But I think that's fucked up. I pay attention to all that because I don't feel exempt. I've never felt exempt. And I feel maybe I'm an extremist, but once I feel a little bit of a taste that I'm fitting to get treated like the rest of them, yeah, I jump shit. I'll ass. I'll ghost the shit out of you. I don't give a fuck.
I feel you. I am that's first of all, I probably could count the number of relationships because I've always had long-term relationships, I've had
long-term ones, but I've had a lot of fun times in between.
I probably had probably 4. I was with Brooklyn's dad, my oldest child's dad, for 9 years. I was married to my husband for 8, almost 9 years. And then I think my first real boyfriend, we was together for like 4.5 years, mind you, like so that's about 25 of my years on this earth. I was with somebody. And it took me a while to realize that, your partner is supposed to really just enhance. They don't come to they can't bring you happiness or nothing. And when that time expires, don't hold on too long. Like that whole, I don't even know. I don't know if I do believe in love, but I don't know if I believe that you could be with one person from the beginning of your life to the end of your life, because you evolve and everything, all this growing that we do. I feel like we end up with different people in different stages of our lives, depending on where we are in our lives, who we are at that time in our lives. So we may be wanting this person that is here, but we are down here in our root. And eventually, because we want this so bad, we go through these different relationships that bring us up the chakra till we meet that person. But in the meantime, those relationships are opening up the different chakras. They're opening up these different spaces. They are not meaningless or useless or any of that. They are really there to teach you what you need to learn so that you can get the kind of relationship you really want, which is the relationship with yourself. Because when you meet that partner that you really, really click with, you'll realize that there's a lot of self-love before you meet that. Like, you really are in a self-love position. Everything else is healing in between. But once you get to that self-love, that real self-love, that partner will come. That partner may just be yourself, or it may be another person. But like they say, when it's time, the teacher will appear. But when it's time, when you really are full, your cup is really full, an empty cup will appear, or a cup that needs to be filled will appear, and it'll be just right on time. But like a lot of the trials and tribulations we go through, relationships, they're just to build us up. They really are just to make us into the betterment of who we are, because we're all beings, right? And beings are always evolving. We're being this, we're being that, we're being this, we're being that. We're just always evolving. And so I am grateful for all the relationships that I've had. I mean, friendships, I mean, everything. Parents, aunties, everything. I'm so grateful for those things because they have made me who I am. So even though the lies, the narcissists, the bad relationships, the good relationships, all of them, they've made you the whole of who you are. So grateful. I'm going to say this. My kids are still up. You know why? Because I'm up.
My dad just dropped them off. That's when I had to go out and they sleep because they was up all day yesterday.
Why the fuck does it look like it's broad daylight behind you, though? It's like straight up bright as hell behind you.
It's bright as light.
Oh, girl, I'm like, that look like outdoors. Like, damn, where you at? You in China? Where the fuck should you at? Because it's dark.
This the window. This how dark it is. It's dark.
Yes. Romeo said, we going to grow together, or we gonna grow apart. Absolutely, that's it. And then you know what?
I haven't had a good breakup yet. Well, I did. I dated someone, and I think he was my sacral chakra. I think because he brought me so much joy. I really enjoyed being with him. He was a great time. And I think that was the dopest breakup I've had so far, because it was just like, we're still cool. I don't know how cool we are because I jumped ship. I did the ghosting thing that I keep doing.
That's why.
But, I came back. And this last guy, I think he was a solar plexus energy, because, like, being with him, I did have to learn how to stand on some thrones and, like, wait a minute. I need boundaries. And it was crazy because I was coming into a stage in his life where he was learning the word boundaries and how to implement them and stuff like that. So it was just like, oh, okay, so I see what's happening here. Okay, so I like that. That's cool. So the heart chakra is next, huh? I'm about to go get my feelings hurt. God damn it.
Yep. But you elevating, but it's all worth it for the long. Listen, everybody knows I'm in my 40s. I'm 42 years old. And it took me a while. When I say I've been through all kinds of what I thought was love, what I perceived as love, and it all was about me. It was all about me. I had to learn me. before I can even get to the point. And man, I had to learn me. Like the person that I love now, I knew that person a long time ago, but it wasn't divine was not about to let that happen because neither one of us was ready. They wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. There were so many relationships I had to experience in between to get me to where who I am now. Like I would have fucked it all the way up. So we got to understand that, like, yeah, you got to unlock each and every chakra. You can't skip one because it's not gonna work out. You're gonna have to go back. You know, you gotta go back. It's gonna go retrograde. You gotta go back and repeat that lesson because it's necessary for your growth and for the true alignment of soulmates. Like I think that it's beautiful when they align, but goddamn it, sometimes it's rough. You gotta go through a lot of things to get to that point. But once you're there, like I said, it's like a flower. Once you ever seen those flowers? It was on Dennis the Menace. It's like a flower that only blooms into like
open, and then he killed it. Yeah.
Yes, and it only have to be like under the blue. It's like a blue moon at midnight. That's true love, and we don't want to wait for it. We want the quick flower that blooms.
I want it now.
We want it right fucking now. And until we are willing to wait for what we really, really want. Remember, Claudia talked about that. Passing up everything else that we don't want and really waiting for what we want and saying, this is what I want and I'm waiting for that. Once you get it, it's gonna be worth it. It'll be worth it. Just like watching that flower bloom.
Around eating chicken with my eyes closed, pretending like it's the salmon I ordered.
Exactly. Oh, great analogy, young. Absolutely.
Yeah, she the one that told. She's like, "Why are you eating chicken when you ask for steak?" And I'm like, "Because I'm hungry." Still bring me the steak though.
Don't
eat both.
You about to eat you know what? And you think you're eating chicken, but really it's ramen noodle flavored noodles, and it ain't even it's chicken flavored ramen noodles. It ain't even chicken. See, that's when you settle for less, you know what less. When you settle for less, you end up with less than what you settled for. So you went ahead and got the chicken on the menu, and now you ain't even got the real chicken sandwich. You got the Mex chicken sandwich, the little junk. They got the processed meat. Like we don't even.
Chicken. They might.
But we was hungry, and now your stomach hurt, and you mad that you even ate it. You try to make yourself throw up and everything because you ate the wrong shit. And guess what? Here come your food, and you ain't even hungry now.
For real.
You too sick to eat. So I love that analogy. Yes, we gotta get back with Claudia on the show. Man, when she broke that shit down, I was like, damn, couldn't have been no clearer.
So I can't take a piece.
Just a little piece. I'm hungry.
I'm finna eat these cheddar biscuits then. Okay.
Oh, and now you gonna swell your stomach up.
On the table. They always on the table.
They always available. You know how bad something is when they give it to you for free? It got to be bad for you. Just swelling up in your belly and shit. They giving you bread and beer. You got the yeast going.
Don't even want to eat nothing no more.
Oh, I love you so much. Oh my God. I'm sorry I was late today, but this has been a really dope ass, crazy ass, all over the place conversation.
It was a great one. It was necessary.
Absolutely. And guess what? We're going on 3 hours here. I was just on another podcast for 3 hours. My ass needs to go. Girl, listen, I need to get paid for these 6 hours. So, but I'm about to take my ass to sleep because if I don't, they won't go to sleep. I promise you, they are like, Mommy still up? I'm up.
Yeah, that's how. Nah, Miles is the boss. He's his own person, but his moods are in alignment. It's like I'm still breastfeeding. It's fucking annoying. Like, bro, I'm gonna have an attitude today. Why can't I have an attitude today by myself? Why do you have an attitude today too? So now I have to fix myself. So
oh my God,
support system. What the hell? What about me?
That's my baby.
Crying for a temper tantrum by myself.
Yeah. That's my baby. She's the same way. Like when I can't even cry by myself. As soon as I cry here, she come in the room crying. I'm like, why are you crying? Now I gotta figure out why you crying. What's wrong with you? So it's like we Yep. Oh, she's an Aquarius. She's the Aquarius actually, and I'm Pisces.
Oh, yeah, y'all close. Y'all close.
Yeah, she's the water bearer, right? So yeah.
Y'all next door to each other.
Man, I got Aquarius, a Leo. And a Sagittarius. You got to forgive me. I'll be stressed out in here. Okay.
Yeah, we not these kids that's coming up. We're not allowed to tell them what to do. They placements. They're not being born on days that you tell them what to do.
Hell no. These is old people. We the children. These are the ancestors.
People about to start having Pluto and Aquarius babies. You're not telling that baby what the fuck to do.
Not at all.
That
you might as well forget about
it. Not even here.
Nope. Forget about it.
It's gonna be a mass diagnosis if y'all decide to go that route with y'all babies of autism and I would say autism and Asperger's, because Neptune is in Pisces on the tropical and the Vedic scale. And then the ADD, ADHD with Pluto sitting in Aquarius and all that, like y'all gonna have a hard time dealing with these people that's coming up in their social candor and their social constructs, because they don't give a fuck what y'all been doing since the 1900s, 1800s. They're here to do something totally different.
Right. I hope y'all taking notes.
Yeah.
These are some different beings.
Diagnose your babies.
Yeah, these are some different beings for sure. For sure. Because I got a 4-year-old and I'm telling you, and she's a lefty. She's a whole nother, like, even when she draws, she can draw. Like, first of all, she's 4. And she can draw. Like, I'd be like, well, how the fuck did you look at? She's like, I was looking. I did do that, mommy. I'd be like, nah, you lying. You did not draw that. She's like, yes, I did. There's no stick figures over here. This girl is drawing like actual Spider-Man and things that she sees, she can draw it. So it's so wild. And she's 4. So these are definitely different beings. These beings, and people are not going to understand them, but our job is to try to understand them. That's why, again, y'all, I push human design. I push astrology, numerology. Learn your babies. Get to know your babies. Know who they are and treat them as individuals, because they all are individuals. They have different. I have 3. They are 3 different parts of me, but they also have their own individual selves that they are. Like, all 3 of my babies are fucking different, and I have to learn them and I have to discipline them differently. Each one of them gets a different type of, not all of them you're not going to yell at me. You're not going to put me in the corner. You're not going, because all of them are different. They react differently to different ways. So I think that was something that we didn't learn growing up, was like how, like, there was just like one way of, you discipline your kids this way, you do this way. But now growing, like my oldest, they always catch the brunt, but my other 2, they start, like, I see them as individuals. First of all, I got an Aquarius and a Leo. They are the fucking opposites of each other. They are always bumping heads. Young, I be losing it, and everybody both want to be the boss. The Leo, of course, wants to be the boss over the Aquarius. Aquarius just wants to be friends and wants to share everything, and the Leo's like, look, I need to take, like, my Leo daughter, she would be like, I'm taking a picture. Okay. She's like, you can get in this one, but the next one is just me. It's all about me. You in my space. And then the Aquarius, of course, she just want to be up on her sister. She wants to be around people and friends and all of this. It's crazy. So these babies, they individuals. Treat them as such and give them the permission to be themselves. Give them the permission. I'm learning to give them permission to be themselves and give them permission to say what they don't like. You know, it has been very hard for me, because I do see it as talking back. I grew up from that generation of don't talk back type shit. But I'm trying, especially with my last 2. My oldest, she still be talking like she 18. So, you know, I'll be like, what? God, lucky for what? But the other 2, like, I'm learning, like, ways to teach them how to express themselves to me in ways that I don't think are disrespectful, but in ways that voice their little selves, you know, so that I can understand it. Like, what I said to you hurt your feelings, but you say it in a way that's respectable, that I can fucking take it into. Like, we both have to respect each other. And I think that was lost when I was growing up. Nobody ever said that the parents had to respect the children or that the adults had to respect the children. It was always the children had to respect the adults. But it's a 2-way street. And I think that's
it wasn't even respect, it was enabling. The children were enabling the adults, because the adults controlled everything. If you didn't do what I want you to do, how I want you to do it, I'm gonna hit you. So throughout your childhood, you just walking around, you just maneuvering around, not getting hit. Like, that's the whole game here. It's anything to not get hit. I still
Right.
want to be myself. I'm still trying to do what I want to do, but I got to do it without getting hit. That's the name of the
Right.
game here. And so, like, like you said, I try to let my kids talk things out. I apologize to my children. I'm not Superwoman. I don't do everything right. Me and my son had a falling out the other day. I was sensitive. I was already sensitive that day. I felt like a lot of things wasn't going my way, and I wasn't really attached to it, not as much as a part of me kind of wanted to be, like, because I'm dealing with the retrogrades, and so like I had a very strong like clinging to my control issues and my perfectionism once upon a time. I was terrible. So it's like now in the retrograde, part of me wants to go back to that, but I don't feel it. So it's kind of like it's there inside my head. Like I hear the noise, like, you're supposed to be more mad than this. You're supposed to like, why aren't you da-da-da? But like I don't feel connected to it. It's just there. So
Oh my
like
God.
I'm
Me and
dealing
my
with that, right?
me and my 18-year-old just had it out, and I felt the same exact way. It's like the amount of anger I would normally exhibit, I wasn't even. Yeah, I
Not even
feel
there
you.
no more. So my son, he's having the attitude the same day as me. And mind you, I'm going through all these different things, and I'm still trying to get y'all to this birthday party. My brother turned, don't give me the line, he like 5 or 6. My brother
Hmm.
turned 5 or 6 on the 9th, yesterday. So he had a birthday party. I'm doing my best to get you to this birthday party. I'm going through things. I'm sensitive today. It's just by the end of that night, I was at my end. I was like, Miles, you are making me feel bad, and I don't like it. I have been trying my best to make sure that I get you where I told you you were going to be. You've been complaining the whole time, and I'm letting you
Hmm.
know right now, your complaining makes me feel small and inadequate, and I'm trying my best. And it feels like you're being very ungrateful to what I'm trying to do here. I'm literally trying my best, and my best just does not feel good enough for you. Because whenever you get upset, first thing out of his mouth is, I hate it here. I'm going to my dad's. When you don't put in consideration how that makes me feel, bro. That hurts
Right.
my feelings. So I know at your little age, whatever, but we're gonna have that conversation because you're not gonna walk around thinking I'm Superman and you can talk to me any kind of way, and I'm over here trying my motherfucking best. Okay?
Right.
That's not what we're gonna do. So like we have that relationship. Like I'm gonna let you know because I think that's where a lot of these grown men get that from. Like you're allowed to have this mindset of your mother being Superwoman and always supposed to do things how you want, or she sucks, and you want to go to the other parent or the grandparents or whatever the fuck, and now you think it's okay to treat women like that. Like, oh, you don't want to do what I want, how I want to do it. Well, you suck. I'm going to this one.
Yep.
Like, wait a minute, time to motherfuck it out. So yeah, we have that dialogue, and by the end of the day, that dialogue was had. Like I had to let him go, but I dropped them off. Everything was successful. We had a hug, whatever. I told him I'm not sorry for what I said, and I don't care how it made you feel. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I had to get that off my chest because you've been doing this all day since you woke up
Hmm.
this morning, and
Hmm.
I'm at the end at this day. But it's like I don't want to get in a space where like if I would have did that to my mother, I would have got my ass beat. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's not no dialogue. It's not me talking to you and telling you, bro, you're hurting my feelings. You're making me feel
Right.
small, and I'm already going through these things. It wasn't none of that. It's you not listening to me. You saying this? You got something to cry about? You want to complain? It was always that. It was always
Right.
that. I don't want that with my kids. Because me as an adult now, I don't like confrontation. Because in my mind, if I tell you something you don't want to hear, I put my hands up. Because that's how it's always been. It's been like that with
Hmm.
everybody in my life. You say something I don't like, put your hands up. Because I'm finna try to fight you.
Right.
And I'm tired of feeling like that. So now it's just
Right.
like, just be quiet, Nika. Because I don't feel like I don't want to fight.
I'm
I don't
tired
want
of
to fight. I'm tired of fighting.
it.
I don't
Right.
want to verbally fight, especially on social media. People love to fight up here.
I
Y'all
don't
don't
want to
have no
fight.
fight in y'all real life. Because I don't fought
Yep.
so much in my real life. I
I'm
don't have
so
no
tired,
desire to sit here debate with y'all, argue with y'all. I don't give a fuck, bro.
man.
I'm tired.
I want peace. At this
I
point
want
in my life,
peace.
it's all about peace. If like, yeah, it's all about peace. If you can't
It's
bring
all
peace,
about
you need to
peace.
get the fuck on.
You gotta get the fuck on. And
Go.
that brings
Bye
me
bye.
back to the initial. I love all women from Sexy Red. I fucking love Sukihana. And I wish we was friends. And I love the little prude bitches y'all love that were telling see I gotta tell them not going today. I love all women. I love all facets of women. And I think it's weird as a man, and especially weird as a woman, to come into my space and try to shame me for loving all women the way I choose to. Love is unconditional to me. I don't have to be dating you or sleeping with you to love you. You don't have to be a man for me to love you. You don't have to be my best friend for me to love you. I don't have to agree with your life choices for me to love you.
Yes.
Like, that's how I was taught to love. So that's how I'm going to love. And I don't feel the need to defend that to people. I think it's weird to try to put me in a place to defend that. Oh, I don't like her music. Why are you supporting her? Because I'm a woman.
Right.
I'm a woman. And her music for her probably makes her feel really good. I know damn well if I was sleeping next to a stack of money on silk sheets, listening to my music on the motherfucking radio, I don't give a fuck if I'm making a song about shitting. Bismarck made a whole fucking 3-minute song about shitting. I don't see y'all saying y'all don't support him.
Right.
The fuck? What the fuck was that about? Like, come on now. Don't do that. I support everybody. I love everybody. I love all my women, especially these women in their early 20s. I'm so proud of them. Because in y'all early 20s, y'all fighting for a voice. And businesses that we were taught to be quiet and just be video vixens in the background. You know how many women were actually rappers, but they were reduced to being a video model instead?
Yeah.
Because there was no space for them to be anything but that. And here y'all are. I'm fucking proud of every last one. Y'all don't care how many hate nigga songs y'all got. I don't agree with none of that shit. I love niggas. But I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it. And that's, I
love women too.
Them. I love them.
I love y'all, goddesses. I love all of you, especially you young ones. And if you feel the need for some guidance, always hit us up. That's what we're here for. Like, honestly, that's what we're here for. My mission has always been to uplift women. I've been through domestic violence myself. I've lived through it. I've witnessed it, and I've been a part of it. And I will tell you that it's nothing more beautiful than to see somebody step into their own power. And a lot of these women are doing just that right now. A lot of people will not agree with how you do it. Doesn't fucking matter. If it feels good to you, do what feels good to you. Because guess what? They'll call you selfish and all kinds of things if it's not for their benefit. But guess what they're going to do? What feels good for them. So
Their
never ever
on social media. That's why they feel comfortable enough to throw stones at your glass house, because their glass house is not on Instagram and Facebook and shit. Their glass house is tucked away in their motherfucking memories.
Yeah,
that's what that's about. Shit, I had my 20s. I lived my best life. I ain't judging none of you girls.
I ain't judging nobody. Life. And I ain't even live my best life in my 20s. I still not judging you, because I know I lived my best life in a couple lifetimes I was a hoe back in the day. So do what you need to do. Listen. Because you know why I feel like that though? Because this life I was like, I was a virgin until I was damn near 20 years old. But my last, I know. Yeah, but lives before, because I've met those, and I never felt the need to judge them. I always felt the need to understand, though. I always felt the need to try to see where they're coming from, just not to change you, just to make sure that it's not a trauma response. Because a lot of times things are trauma responses, and we judging people based on the fact that they've been through some things. And all I've ever wanted was understanding. So all I ever want to give to other people is understanding. Like I always wanted people just to understand who I am. And when I meet people who can actually see me, I love to be seen, and I love to see other people, and not in a vain way, but in a spiritual way. So when I see sisters out here really like stepping into their power and really like voicing who they are, I'm so proud of you, because that is not easy to do in a world where they're trying to shut you down and tell you who to become and what to look like and who to be. So yes, more power to you, sisters, and more power to you, Sunshine Monet L. I wanted us to talk about this. I guess we'll talk about it season something next Thursday, but we're gonna talk about this here nominations and these awards from the Let's Nobodies convention. Y'all, if y'all missed it, you missed a great convention, and my sister put some shit together. But I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm tired, y'all. It's almost 3 hours going in, and it's 1:36 a.m. a.m. Knowledge, you probably got a show right after this shit. Knowledge be on the
They be on at 3 a.m. Like, what are you doing, sir? I'm trying to watch. You testing my loyalty.
Man, it be the witching hour and your ass is up, Knowledge. We love you. But it's good. Thank you for being here, sis. And Danielle, thank you for sliding through. I don't know if you're still around or what's going on, but I love you.
Y'all.
Yes.
Shouts to Mel. I got my package in the mail. Thank you for my necklace.
Yay!
I got
Very
gifts
beautiful
today from Mel. She's amazing. That's a wonderful Gemini to be in touch with. She's awesome.
Well, awesome. This has been a great night. Thank you. And we'll see y'all on Seas of the Sun. I guess we'll talk about what date the next Thursday, but it is going to be on Thursdays, y'all, at 5. So make sure you're tapping in. We love y'all. Have a good night.
Peace, y'all. Love
Peace,
you,
Danielle.
Danielle.